What up, though? Welcome to this world. Today we're in Hamtramck, Michigan. Gonna go to the city council meeting. I know nobody's in the chat yet, but okay, here I come in. Mike Haven, Claudette, Zenile, Michael Reed, what up, though? Low Dimes. Yep, we're over here in Hamtramck. They're about to do a city hall meeting, a special one that they called about this police chief. What up, though, Lisa? Happy? Miss V, Andrea, hello. Welcome on in. Hopefully the quality stays good inside this building. I've never done a live inside a building before. Let me know if it goes to crap. Hey, where you guys at?
Better hurry up and get up here. There's limited seating.
Okay.
How do I get up there?
Stairs or elevator to the second floor over here on this. When we're walking.
Hey, Habibi.
Gotcha.
Shut my radio off now.
Okay, turn radio off. Oop, I got my sunglasses on by accident. Yeah. They want to know what's going on with this mayor here. I mean, not mayor, the police chief. Seems like there's some corruption. This police chief is from NYPD. I got him from there. Oh, where are we? Where's this fucking thing at? I might have to ask. Do you know where the city council meeting's at? City council meeting?
I have time. May 27. So Monday is holiday, so I have time. Tuesday is.
Am I on the third floor?
Yes, that's it.
Oh, shit. How do I get down?
Monday is holiday.
I think right here.
So I cannot.
Oh, I missed it somehow. Dummy. Following them. I'm like, what the hell? This don't look right. Oh, this one? Okay. Oh, there it is, council chambers. All right.
Wednesday's the last day.
Okay. There's two seats right there. Okay, come on. What up, though?
Work in the park or something.
I am live right now. Okay. They get it. Rather have good stage footage. I don't know. We'll see. How's that quality looking, y'all? Looking good?
Yeah, we'll go to
Here, sit there. Talk to her.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Mary. How are you? You look good? Yeah.
nobody.
Don't cause trouble.
That's my middle name. I can't help it.
It's hers too.
I done got kicked out of the Flint City Council meeting 2 nights ago.
Well, somebody said they bailed me out, so I'm happy about that.
My cousin texted me. I didn't know about it. I was at home. Says, oh, FBI.
No, they're doing it early, so a lot of people
Kind of like
come to
telling me
work.
they are.
Well, and some people are already out of town,
Yep.
shut out of town.
Hello, WI.
Well, Janet,
WI was here earlier.
Michigan Constitutional Crusader on
My
YouTube.
cousin. I used to tell my cousin stuff.
Been all over the state doing it. And a few other states too.
But Steve, he always scoops everybody and everything. It's like,
oh, no problem. We started some trouble in Dearborn today.
We were in Dearborn a couple weeks ago. They got all upset about our cameras. All we were doing was walking up and down the sidewalk.
That's it?
Recording, but yeah.
Yeah, they had a fit about it.
you're gonna talk about your cousin who's dating Prince Jade.
It's warm.
Funny how all these things come together.
What up, though, Ray?
I grew up coming here.
Hello, everybody coming in here.
Oh, yeah.
We're here for a city council meeting that they requested over this police chief.
So were my grandparents.
They suspended the police chief and another officer, and they haven't really said why. So everybody wants to know why.
Right now.
Yeah, my mother's
What up, though, No Bones Press?
she would have been living, right?
And now it's like, oh, now I see, so you extort from public contractors. You deal with the illegal property transfers.
Yeah, yeah.
You receive stolen property.
Polish grandmother is the one that taught me how to cook, and I love to cook.
Pam Cam over there.
Specialty in Polish.
Wonky.
Wonky.
I understand what you.
I'll make
Like,
wonkies
you know
with
that something's
grandma
not right, but like, what are you covering? That's pretty cool. It's like, oh, now he's.
Polish village, here we come.
I make my own kielbasa, I make my own sauerkraut,
Oh, my God.
Sounds much better than
bunchkis.
What up, though, Mr. Feel Good?
You love the city so much.
I like using my smoker and smoking a side of
You're not
brisket.
paying Dad $30,000 in debt, getting a real job.
I don't do that either.
Well, he has one job.
It'd be worth it. The
What do you
brisket is
do?
so good.
I guess it must be great.
It's hard for us to find good barbecue. It's
Is that
really hard to find good barbecue.
Excellent news, Lisa.
He's in slow motion too, right?
Yeah, something, you know, where we went when we go to our
Barking is pretty hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to dig it.
Well, I think he's cute.
No, he's not at the fire kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah, he came in to do the soup kitchen.
Just counting the heads.
Yeah, oh, is that he's doing a head count?
Yep.
Here.
I'm actually surprised there ain't more people, you know? For,
Holidays.
They're not gonna let any more in.
oh,
There's
okay.
like one more empty, two more
They'll
empty
be outside
seats.
now. Now that we're on the pews, I call them.
Yeah, there's like 2 or 3 more empty seats, and they're not gonna let anybody else in here.
Your room.
What's Bill Myers in this?
I can't pronounce it. The name of the police chief.
I'm feeling well, thank
Oh,
you.
yeah, me neither.
But it's Hamtramck,
Ham sandwich.
ham sandwich police chief, and he was imported from the NYPD, the most corrupt department in the country, and became chief over here.
Yeah, look, right now I'm at the.
Learned his bad
I'm at City
habits
Hall
in
for the
NYC.
council meeting. Oh, no problem, it hasn't started yet. Yeah. Right.
Are you speaking today?
No, I'm gonna just pass on.
No.
I was gonna do 2 minutes of silence, let's just review, like, what
No,
about the
I-
word corruption, and who's cousin? Ask. Who's your cousin? Who's your cousin? Oh, this is him.
This is because
I bet you.
he's a troublemaker.
Who's your cousin? Did she just get
His name
We're trouble.
Is his name Ask?
Well, that's his name.
Oh, Ask.
It's a sin. A sign of sin.
TM. You gotta know the acronym. We're gonna put this in
Okay, well, thanks for the call.
There you go. Not out loud. Get thrown out.
We're not sure why he was suspended yet. That's what this meeting's about, I believe. They've kept it hush hush so far. He was suspended, and one other officer that we know of.
Come on, sis, don't be like that.
Hassan, how you doing, sir? Welcome to the show.
Yeah, but that was in the past. But it's still a felony. But that was in the past. Don't worry about it. What did they say on this interview?
I'm not sure if this all works.
Oh, boy. On a brisket?
No, on a grill with a knife.
Oh, well, a knife. You know, you have to defend yourself. Before or after the knife?
After you pulled me out.
Well, that's okay. You ask me.
Yeah, the judge threw the case out and wondered why in the hell she asked the prosecutor, why in the hell did you even bring this before me?
There you go. As well as he should have, right?
Hello, Alyssa.
2, 4, and 7 dollars.
Was this or what you read with Charles here? Yeah, so today I met with them.
CFPA. Everybody joining us?
We moved the two.
Sleeping?
No, it's just embarrassing. It's like, what else? Yeah, we'll finish. Wrap your drawers.
Yeah, I had to puff, get my last puff on before we came in. It's supposed to start at 4 o'clock. We came in early to make sure we got a seat.
We're talking like I was curious about how long has it been. And he said there's really no way to tell. He said because when there were like 20 of us in Turkmenistan, and we're getting, a lot of us are getting different.
I got the cash.
Cancers. But not the same, but you know, so it's,
Okay.
you know, we're also all 50, 60 stuff. So it's at the age that you start, things happen.
Okay, they're packing them in.
Sam, why is that?
People,
Yes, sir.
but he said, he used to work in Sterling Heights, like I said, and now he's fair name in downtown. But he said the incidents is prostate, just in Raleigh, he has prostates, kidneys, bladder. He said the incidence of breast and bladder cancer down here is just so much higher than up there. So I'm certain it's there's environmental factors.
No, it's not big. It's like a river.
Gas station. So he just, I forget the name.
Oh, he's white.
Oh, you know, yeah, he's 72 years old, man.
Switched out.
Okay.
Because he was doing
Yeah, and that's what it said. I was like, I have the best contact information.
he's 100.
Okay.
He's every time.
Yeah, personable.
Where there's another space for
Yeah, EMS is right across the hallway.
their sleeping quarters, yeah.
Right there, EMS.
They got some bunk beds set up in that room.
Ah.
It also depends on the number of students. But I'm not really, other than being
The EMS like counts every 12-hour shifts, so
Okay.
sometimes they'll pull a double.
We had a lot of 5 years in the 20s. I got a scam text, like a phishing text, and it's just very funny. Ask if I'm able to get back.
Should take pictures of removing my.
Oh, I think he's complaining about me not being a citizen or something.
So what's going on, honey? Well, just, here you go.
And that they should have the seat, let's say. But he's complaining and he's video recording. TikTok mode, but he is recording them.
He's mad because they won't let him in.
I know.
There's not enough space. He got
Right.
too late.
I don't let her drive an actual car.
You got lucky, you got yourself.
Yep.
I know it's a small room, we gotta get here early.
Next time we can outside. Being early and there's nothing there for see what's going on.
Do they broadcast this at all? Only on Comcast.
Well, they got all the mainstream media set up over here. Hello, Tim, Deb, Lisa, everybody in here.
Fine. It's fine too.
Charlie, Bleeding Fingers, VR Justin. Got about 100 of you in here. It looks like Sue Baxter. What up, though? Good afternoon. BMA, what up, though? Big Mike in the house. Everybody wants to know what this chief did.
Thank you.
This must be the interim chief. Temporary chief.
What up, though, Brooke?
Probably temporarily acting since he's a white shirt. Higher up.
We did talk to a officer earlier, and he said they don't know whether they do or don't. He said they do not know. Oh, that cop. What?
So you can stand up.
Maybe, maybe not. I don't know.
I'm saying you probably just can't sit there.
No, you can. I mean, we got enough room. I can see. Listen, I'm good right here. Although it's probably easier for him to see on your lap. He's definitely the youngest person I've ever seen at a city council meeting before.
That's a good thing.
Absolutely, yeah.
Teaching them about
Good.
rights.
Yep, that's a good thing. Yes, this is Hamtramck, Michigan, which is basically an island city in Detroit. Very ethnically diverse and apparently they are exposing their police chief somehow. They're-
specific thing. And
we don't know nothing about it yet, but they're gonna apparently tell us.
then my mother said it.
Hamtramck has quite a bit of history. One of the most melting pot cities in the country, really.
To the body for like it just happens.
Oh, that's terrible, Lemmy.
It's painful as hell. Like you wake up like
Yes, this is about a corrupt police chief that has been suspended and another officer, and we're gonna find out why.
it's like, you know, think of baseball stats. I need some lights. I need at least Batman stat.
I'm wearing my crop duster shirt.
The other like
That we don't know. We don't know if he was suspended with pay or not. But it was a big enough deal that they called a special city council meeting. I seen it on the news this morning and said, hey, we got to get there.
When I was DC, I covered Africa. Suppose the east part of Africa. Back to the south part for 2 weeks. It's like sub-Saharan Africa.
We'll see, because the few people we talk to outside,
Doing the
they're not happy with
not the high level.
the way they represent the city if they're corrupt.
You got a dead body, how do you get a home type stuff.
Important stuff, very, very important stuff.
So there's like
I don't know if you can see it, but
because everybody was
crop duster.
it's pretty cool.
Different places.
Yeah, no, I can't comment. That's about mine.
I started when I was 42 years old that I got the job. And your mandatory retirement is 65. And you can retire after, once you get 20 years in, you come to retirement. So I always like, look, I'm going to do 20 years, see where I'm at. Maybe do one more tour, retire. You can only, a 20-year career, you're normally only going to get them so high. So it's,
I think my sister got me that shirt, actually.
Somebody's hard for those that you're willing to do.
so the advice is more just
10
have fun,
minutes.
go with it, and don't get too concerned about things.
Well, it might be, well, it's 10 minutes till it's supposed to start, Lawrence Accountability. And then, who knows what it's going to entail? We'll find out.
You know, once I got to a level that maximize my retirement.
Pretty there.
Thanks,
Get out of the car, I love him, Luigi. One of his little buddies.
Okay.
Okay, got my rig all nice and tight. I truly believe that it is working, at least in some parts of the country. Michigan is a pretty good example because when NCC and Spanky started doing this, they were pretty tyrannical. Now, not so much. At least to our face. Who knows what they say behind closed doors? Oh yeah, the crowd out there.
It's the most basic Indo-European language. So Lithuanian because I think they got pushed way out. Like,
That's interesting, Wendy.
So they got pushed out by into this little corner.
What up, though, boss?
And they're very conservative. French.
Get warm. Might have to take my hoodie off. You gotta live that MCC chuckle.
The only word that is in every Indo-European language is Tibet.
Hey, thank you, Nanya. Appreciate it.
Yes.
Yeah, you
على
do.
المحلة على المحلة ولا شاور سلام
She told me I need to be back here. So
Okay, let's
she actually told me to come. So it's just a lot of it.
With flash?
So
yeah, they need to pardon Spanky is who they need to pardon. Trump needs to make YouTube pardon Spanky.
Just letting you know, it's flashing.
Much love, fist bump.
Yeah.
معلش ايش قاعد تسوي؟
We're all in the same room. I can hear you and I can comment.
But you can't talk to me there. I don't know.
I can talk to you. Wow.
Sir,
That's all right.
both sides. I understand. We're not having an argument. I know.
he's upset people get into his business. Doesn't he get everybody's?
Hmm. Yeah, it could. It could. And there's only this many people in here. There's MCC. What up though? Look at his hat.
Zoe, someone, I'm joking. My sister went to the,
Love that hat.
and hers is from, they love the feather.
Awesome.
When I tell them that, I saw you here.
No, it does not, Mike. It's about a corrupt police chief.
They live out in the suburbs, but that's fantastic.
Really? That's so great.
That's what I like to hear.
Yeah.
I love that they came in.
Let's see what kind of cop explaining. Oh, what do we got going on?
You did? Awesome.
The door has opened. Oh, we got 173 in the live already. Nice. Sorry, I started it quite a bit early just because I wanted to make sure that everything was good.
Thank you, likewise. Yes. I believe so, but I'm not the secretary. I'm here, everyone. I'm not the one that organized it.
I don't know, but that's where the face is.
On TV?
I'm not gonna turn it on now.
Well, they usually tell them that they can't tell you they can't.
Just push the button, yeah.
So you think he has one suit? I have two.
What up, though, Jimmy?
It's like the Seinfeld.
Thank you, Mike. I wish we could go everywhere. We're on the final stretch of our child gonna graduate. So after she's done, okay, that appears to be the mayor. That is the mayor. Yeah, once we don't have a lot of stuff at home to worry about, we would love to travel. She is right there. There you go. What up, though, Brandon? Brandon Mitchell in the house. We're gonna try to uncover this corrupt police chief down here in Hamtramck, Michigan. Hey, Epic Nate, thanks.
To reorganize the cameras in the back of the room.
However you want to do
Can
that.
we do that? Can we get a team to like move that back row up one row and have the cameras in the back?
chair a little bit.
They want to rearrange.
Oh yeah, we can all move up our chairs.
They want to rearrange the whole thing.
Just make sure there's space for everyone to get through and we're not crying everything up.
Yeah, they're gonna rearrange everything and put the cameras in the back now.
Yeah.
They want to put all the cameras in the back, I think.
up, I would understand. What about
I had the camera, so I stayed in
Yep. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm gonna be stuck in here. That's okay. Stuck over here. Put this on your chair. It's got that. Okay. Wow, what a clusterfuck. Why would they do that a minute before this thing's supposed to start?
Well, you were already in the right place, weren't you? Yeah. So you come in last night. Just don't trip whenever you go.
What up, though? Sly Shy in the house. Well, they just decided to put all the cameras in the back instead of doing that initially, and yeah.
You don't mind if I still sit here, do you? I don't care if I was singing naked about me. She's the one I gotta worry about. Where's Mary? I'm gonna stay right here.
I hope the pictures are nice for you guys.
We have an open seat here still.
Are you sure?
Here, I can move over. You want me to move on the back?
He's gotta move so that we can move up.
Right. He's got to move his stuff to the back or something.
This is like a fucking.
They should have done this before. Where's the carnival music?
Still not as bad as Flint.
Snake it through.
There you go.
Okay. You okay? I'm fine.
What up, though, Tony?
Are you Joe Shulko?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cue the carnival music.
The person you were.
Media is now in the back like they probably should be with those big old tripod setups.
I'm on Holbrook between Gallagher and
Let's see it.
Grew up here all my
The
life.
big screen.
My husband did too.
Where am I? There I am in the corner. What up, though?
I might have.
You're outside. Are you on the south side of Holbrook?
Yeah. North side. I'm on the north side. Yeah.
That way we can see all the people complaining.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy's kind of
I
tight.
met
To
someone across the street from right where you live.
Yeah.
We were talking about a dog or something.
Yeah.
Ham's got a super extendo up. Super Bowl.
And I want you to know this is my very first compliment ever in my life. I have to go home and tell my husband that. He'll have to dispute that.
Okay, let's roll this bad boy.
Immaculate conception.
Gonna give him no?
No.
I'm a virgin.
Really? Oh, yeah. No, I'm nervous about being nervous. So I'm here to support him.
Pam putting the smack down over there. What?
I don't like talking for the sake of
Bitching about that guy's shit.
say something. Probably poorly. You don't really have something to say.
Exactly. I don't know if my words would come out right either, so.
I'm thinking a lot.
Exactly. Yeah. Now, Linda, Kathy, getting close to the front, that might not be a good idea.
Oh, you're good.
Good thing I got a charge card with me.
I live on Jacob.
Okay.
So, and we're trying more and more to get more neighbors come over to, usually before the soccer games, but now even during the week. Just we cook some hot dogs with my neighbors in the backyard.
This is Hamtramck, Michigan,
I'm just on the fourth house off of Gallagher.
Okay.
which is located inside of Detroit City, actually.
It's a nice house. I have a brick house with a side
It's a nice
drive.
house. It's a nice house.
Podium, farm,
Oh,
driveways.
you're like my mother-in-law. She's
And it's supposed to start at 4 o'clock, and
My
that's like right
mother-in-law has
now.
one of the best lots, I think, in the town.
Just want the
According to what I know a little bit about my brother-in-law, my
Yeah, we don't really know why exactly. Somebody hinted that
place, I guess, at one time.
they were trying to get Donald Trump to get somebody pardoned or something. I'm not sure.
Story. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, so,
Well, did you know Betty and Chester Parks if you lived here?
no.
Because that's how I bought I bought their house from '94. And he had already passed away, I don't know. how many years before
No,
that?
the name doesn't bring a bell to me at all.
And they were John, so they were.
The mayor is that one right there. You can't see his name anymore because they moved the podium, but that's the mayor.
Back, I don't know, in Hamtramck in the 80s.
I showed up.
That kind of these guys are all babies, and yeah, some of the Yugoslav, their kids are young now, so that's all, Kathy, you behave up front.
Okay, you hear that?
We were talking, we brought your name up the other day about voting, and we were trying to picture, I'm going,
So I had a sure. It's not important. Like, I really want to put votes on. I'm not gonna do this.
and are you ready to go this grant?
Wait, give me.
You're gonna get them ready? Give them a fight and shame. I can't pushing him. Yeah.
Alrighty.
But no, I was at a council for 25 years.
Oh, they got the public access TV right there.
3 years. But I used to put up with your agenda stuff.
Hamtramck Public TV, WHPL.
Your nemesis.
Yeah. And I had to put up with it.
Yeah, I'm way up in the front.
These people with the cell phones or your kid in
Oh,
the
I can
corner.
guess, I can guess.
You know who those people were. And my friend's like, what? And after.
That's funny because while we were doing a little recording before the meeting out on the streets, a guy said, "Hey, I saw your video. You were in Dearborn. Are you targeting minorities?" All types of dumb stuff. But I think he turned around in the end. Oh, she got a microphone.
I know, that's right. Pick the right seat. When you came in, it didn't move you, did that? That's not a warm day, is it?
I know, it literally felt like Halloween.
Coldy Rain, Maine. Yeah, it's actually
You know, there's some
pretty
beautiful
nasty out here too.
It's been so cool.
So
When
if
we
you
see
have the
that-
prettiest house, you must have the best garden too, then I'm guessing, huh?
We're actually probably going to do a live either tomorrow or Sunday at the
I had to get everything.
Hazel Trash Bash, the annual Hazel Park Fair.
I won't be able to do any heavy
Go
work.
stop by the beer tent area,
Last week was so warm.
adult area. Do it live and have a few beers maybe. There always usually ends up being a fight or something there, so who knows?
He's acting like, you know.
Maybe we'll see it. Yeah, they had to turn away a lot of people. No,
No, it's not a comment. It's not, he's not speaking on
I
anything.
think in the
You're just
last,
saying you could
how
have
many years, this is probably like the most exciting meeting yet.
Yeah, maybe, come on. You got to reach this out here. She's gonna check
Hello, Bob. Kansas City Bob. Got 177 in here waiting to see what happens. I'm climbing over the tripod.
I mean, I want to be larger, too, you know.
Yes.
Ladies and
It can't be like Royal Oak Township or Melvindale or something.
They want to let.
Yes, you.
Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. I see. This one.
Yeah, they've been keeping it pretty hush-hush there, John Murray.
very quiet. When somebody's talking, please don't. Sound system will get up there. If you're speaking on turn, it's talking about order. Respect everybody's opinion one way or the other. We want to keep it quiet. And everyone understands?
The next good.
She wants to give a receipt for you.
Film at 11. Hamtramck City Council.
I mean, I watch them faithfully, but I never saw it because I'm always. You gotta go to bed. I'm afraid that I'm gonna be called out. She was right here. You know.
The woman in the red coat. So.
Yeah.
Because someone left.
Yeah.
Where'd you go to high school then? Hamtramck High, or did you go to St. Florian?
This was her spot. My mother, right when I graduated, I went to school at the Lady Queen Apostles. Hey, how are you? She ended up marrying her high school sweetheart, okay? She got divorced from my father. So for 5 years, as soon as he retired, I came back here. I went to school down south, and then I came back here, and I've been here ever since. So to me, I've lived here all my life. 5 years doesn't mean nothing, you know? So.
It is good to get out of town for a while.
It is, it is, it is.
And then on Monday,
I feel like I'm in your way.
I know, we're ready. Monday on Memorial Day, I might go down to Detroit. They're having the Movement Festival, and there's gonna be a bunch of drugged out weirdos down there for sure.
We shouldn't be doing anything where this many people care. We should just city business, like, pay the bills.
It's one of the biggest electronic musical fests in the world.
Yeah, exactly.
And we start on Mr. Miller?
Are we expecting somebody?
Yeah, we can start. We got to close.
Yeah, as I say, I'm probably gonna be here like an hour. Okay.
A lot of ecstasy, a lot of what do they call that?
All right. Good afternoon, everyone.
MDMA,
Thanks for
basically
coming.
ecstasy and shit like that.
I call this a special city council meeting to order. Today is May 23rd, 2025, and it's 4:10 p.m. With the clerk call the rolls, please.
Before I do, I'm gonna just read a quick email that Khalil sent, why he's not here. He says, "Good evening, everyone. I respectfully submit the statement to inform the mayor, council, and everyone that I cannot attend the special council meeting scheduled for 4 p.m. Due to the limited notice and insufficient time, coupled with prior obligations related to my interstate job, I am regrettably unavailable to participate. I wish it had been scheduled for 7 p.m. like the regular city council meetings. Then I would have been able to attend. I appreciate your understanding and reaffirm my continued commitment to serving the residents of Hamtramck. With that said, Councilman Rafai is not here. Councilman Musa?
Yes.
Councilman Sifman is not here. Councilman Mahmoud?
Yes.
Councilman Al Samiri?
Yes.
Councilman Hassan?
Yes.
Mr. Mayor, we have a quorum.
Thank you. Please rise for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the United States of America, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good, yeah.
Should I say that way long now?
All right, do we have any community announcements? Okay, well, thank you, everyone. We don't have many items to discuss today, but looks like there's no proclamations or recognitions as well, right? Any additions or deletions to the agenda? All right, so we will start with the interesting part, which is the public comment. But before that, I would like to mention that everybody should follow the rules. When you speak, look at the mayor, no interruption, no personal abusive language or personal attacks. Please be civil and respect each other, no interruptions. If you'd like an extra minute, you can ask the mayor for that. can start.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Oh, he's talking to himself in the
I'm gonna
third
start with
person.
reading off the emails. First one is from Hamtramck Command Officers and Hamtramck Police Officer Association of Michigan. Sadly, over the past week, we as a union have been made aware of several allegations that have affected not only the police department, but the city of Hamtramck as well. After speaking with the ranking officers union and the patrol union, and the majority were in favor of speaking on this issue. First, we would like to show our support for our current city manager, Maxwell Garbarino. Since his return, City Manager Garbarino has expressed his dedication to not only the police department, but to the city as a whole. His statements have been proven to not only be words, but he has taken appropriate action to better the police department, which in turn better serves the city of Hamtramck. During his tenure as city manager, Garbarino has strengthened the police department contracts, which in turn has assisted in being able to hire more qualified individuals, retain our current membership, and raise morale in the department. City Manager Garbarino has been a big reason that the unions and city have a good working relationship. We feel that in our duty to voice our support for City Manager Garbarino during this time. Secondly, we would like to speak in favor of Chief Jamil Al-Tahiri. The police unions are just as surprised as the rest of the Hamtramck community of the recent allegations. Chief Al-Tahiri has made great strides to mend the relationship between the residents in Hamtramck and the police department, between the community outreach programs that have been initiated and the transparency that has been shown. Just like City Manager Garbarino, he has raised morale within our department. With the above statements being made, the union would ask everyone to reserve their personal opinion until the completion of the investigation. The union asks the community to understand just because someone in the law enforcement field is put on leave does not mean they are guilty of wrongdoing. Being placed on leave in the law enforcement field is a common practice and by policy to protect the interests of the residents within the city. The union believes it is the duty of the city manager, who is in charge of overseeing the chief's position, to take these actions. No different than how the chief would be expected to handle an allegation within the police department. As a union, we would ask for a fair and impartial investigation. During the investigation, the union is certain the city of Hamtramck will continue to have top-notch police services, which the residents deserve. If and when Chief Al-Tahiri is cleared, we as a union look forward to continuing to work under his leadership. Sincerely, COAM and HPOA.
The Tyrant Commission.
Next one is from Lynn Blasey, local resident. Hello, Mayor and Council. This is absolutely ridiculous. 4 of you are under investigation for election fraud. 2 are running for re-election, even though you don't actually live here, and in the process have shown that you're committing tax fraud by claiming homesteads somewhere that you don't actually live consistently. And now your police chief is under investigation for some pretty serious stuff. I've seen the allegations. Instead of doing the right thing and playing by the rules, you all consistently ignore them and make up new rules to your own advantage. I didn't want to believe Amanda when she said that it was the Wild West during her time in office, and truly believed I could make a difference. With all that's going on, I'm incredibly grateful for my choice not to run this time around. Your choice to lash out at folks whose job is to protect our elections and ensure our city runs smoothly is ridiculous, childish, and further evidence that none of you are fit for office or public service. Your childish temper tantrums make us look like we're being run by a bunch of toddlers. Do better and be better. I commend both Max and Rana for doing the right thing and working to put an end to this dog and pony show. And because you guys love to revert back to this argument, these allegations have nothing to do with ethnicity or religion and everything to do with the law, character, and ethics. Your games affect the lives of those who actually live here, and none of you are doing a good job of being ambassadors for our city or showing the world how wonderful it really is to be a part of this community. Stop playing games. Thank you, Lynn Blasey. This is from Carrie Beth Leslie, also a Hamtramck resident. I have a job, so I can't be there. Please read my comment. As a person who has had multiple source confirm to me that the FBI is involved, I stand behind Max's decision to suspend both involved officers while the FBI sorts out the drama. The last thing any of you need, since most of you are under investigation for one reason or another, is to look like you are getting in the way of the FBI. The prudent action is the one that Max took. No one has been fired, but everyone needs to be kept a distance from the city activities while the investigation is going on. Suspension with pay is the proper action. It serves you well politically to not make sides while this is sorted out. I have seen the allegations as sent to me anonymously from one of the involved parties. And if there is any splinter of truth to any of them, you do not want to get involved. It is not about a demotion. Many of you want to support someone who has made big changes and has represented Yemenis well, and hopefully at the end of this, you will be proud to welcome the chief back to active duty. However, if the chief has committed a crime, you will look foolish for not taking a step back and letting the law enforcement sort this out. Signed, Carrie Beth Lasley, PhD. This is from Miriam Jacqueline to Hamtramck City Mayor and Police. Chief Jamil Al-Tahiri is an honorable man. He is a great father and person. I am saddened by these false allegations against him and me. He informed me some time ago not to trust Police Officer David Adamczyk or enter a car. When I asked why, he stated that I don't know if he's serious or joking, but he wanted to put drugs in a car and arrest you as a way for me to get custody. From then on, I never spoke to Police Officer David Adamczyk, but Jamil did tell me that he was not a good guy and that he and the city manager are doing shady things and to stay away from them or anyone associating with them. I'm not going to speak about my personal business, but I want to clear that Jamil never physically abused me, and we have a very respectful relationship. I have argued with him in the past as any other couples. Thank you for listening to me. There was a report taken in shift, and I voluntarily left to see my son because I wasn't feeling good. Thank you, Mayor and Police. Miriam Ahmed. That's all for email. I'm sorry, we'll call them.
There are some people who said they sent emails. Is that what you have? Yes. I received that some people not being able to come physically, but they sent emails.
I'll check one more time. Bear with me. I did get an email, but it wasn't a public comment, so I'm not sure which one you're referring to.
What's the name of the person?
Was it a female?
Rafat? Somebody texted his name is Rafat and another one Louis or something. And
Today? And
Yeah.
they wrote public comment?
Well, maybe she can look for him if you want to move on to write it down.
yeah,
Yes.
Rafat and Louis, two people who sent emails.
I'm pretty good with that kind of stuff, Mayor.
Okay, if you don't find it, I don't know where to take
And
it.
if you want to do if you want to text them, let them send them to me and see if I got them in time. I'd be more than happy to assist, but I don't see anything in my emails.
Go ahead then.
Okay, Norbert Revels? Sir, 3 minutes?
Hello, everyone. Well, I don't know. How long are you?
3 minutes, sir.
I'm 60 years old, and I've been through a lot, and lost everything, and had a big problem with my roof. No one would help me. The chief noticed that. He said, "Come on, let's go get some coffee." And we went to get coffee. I come back home, there's 2 big trucks in front of the house. And I'm like, "What's going on?" He said, "We're gonna redo your roof." You know, my own family, 2 of them, who are pretty rich, wouldn't help your dad. This guy used to come and check on me once a week, just to see how I'm doing. And I go inside, come back outside, these guys are tearing off my roof. I'm like, "What are they doing?" And he said, you're about to get a brand new roof. I was shocked. I started crying. 60 years old, I'm a football coach, and I'm out there crying. I grabbed him, I kissed him on his forehead, he pushed me back. I say, no, don't ever push me back, man. When I grab you, I'll give you a kiss on the forehead and take it. You look me in my eye. I say, okay. Seriously. And I'm gonna start crying, so I'm
Thank you, sir.
Crying for the chief.
Yahya Mawari.
So I'm here in support of Chief Attorney. I don't know what it is. I mean, this accusation has one effect on our community, our young people, first and second and third and fourth generation, Yemeni American, the young people who really, we trying to get their education, and we are in the good way. And now this will affect in our, not only in the career of Chief Jamal Tahiri, but it's going to be affected in our community. All this media here, and I hope they will be balanced and they be fair to our community who try to, our community trying to be emerged with this whole general community in the U.S. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Justin Petrosek? Justin P.
Justin what?
Petrosek?
Justin Pustostik?
He's probably pronouncing it better than I did.
Is there a Justin Pustostik? Petrusik.
Just say it a little different each time.
Yeah. Public comment. He's coming.
Thank you.
Yep, a little bit of delay, that's why I was trying to help you.
3 minutes.
Yeah.
Thanks, Justin.
Sure.
Hi, Mr. Mayor. I'm here in support of your city manager. I'm not a well man. Used to be much more well than this. Long time Hamtramck. And got into an accident a couple years back, and it took me a while to get back to this city, my home. And still recovering. Pretty darn disabled. I don't know Max from anybody. He's not a friend of mine, not a neighbor. When I got back here, I needed a lot of help with some systemic housing. Where I first found myself in temporary housing, there was a municipal parking lot that didn't have handicap spaces. And I just reached out to him and it was fixed like the next day. When I got back into my house, my old flat, the street light was broken, and with my brain injury is like stabbing in my eyes and stuff. And he fixed that the next day. And I don't know, I had problems with my alley, and trash doesn't get picked up. But every time I reach out to him, he coordinates and it gets done. And it's a longer list than that, you'll have to forgive me. I just, these may sound like small problems. Like as somebody who's like trying to get back on their feet and like in their home, like they're very significant solutions for me. And I don't know what this is all about. Really don't. But gosh, it'd be a shame to not have this person that seems to care and be able to reach out to them. And I'm kind of scared for myself. That's all.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Lukman Saleh, Hamtramck resident.
Yeah.
Assalamualaikum.
We cannot hear.
Lukman Saleh, living in Hamtramck with almost 27 years. I love Hamtramck, and I love Hamtramck to be clear, healthy, beautiful, and we know we're all here to serve the city, even elected officials or appointed administrators. We should respect the law. I'm not here to support anyone against anyone, but we should support the law. Mistakes happen, and investigators are working on it. So I advise you all to read the decisions and read it again and again, and listen to the city attorney before you make any decisions. The city budgets is in bad shape. We will not accept anything to make it worse. So please, read it, make the right decision, and thank you so much.
Thank you. Matt Pizziali?
Can't tell if he was bootlicking or not.
Matt Pizziali.
Pizziali.
Matt Pizziali. Is there a Matt?
Mayor, council, how you guys doing today? I just am here to support Max because at the end of the day, in my opinion, you know, coming to watch you guys the last couple of city council meetings and stuff, these meetings would not run without Max. The city would not run without Max. And while you may disagree with him politically or administratively, at the end of the day, you guys are not the ones doing the work. He is. And who are you going to find to do the job besides him? Nobody else wants to do that job. Nobody else really wants to run for council or mayor. So why would you guys try to replace him last minute on a Friday before Memorial Day? You know, we all have better things to be doing than sitting here doing this. And because of politics, because of your guys' corruption, you want to get rid of him for just trying to do his job. And you know, at the end of the day, he does do a pretty good job. I might disagree with some of the things that he wants to do, but at the end of the day, you guys can barely even make a motion without the clerk and the city manager coming in here and helping you guys out. You would not be able to even make a motion. You wouldn't be able to legally have this meeting without them. And I just want you guys to remember that. Thank you.
Thank you. Megan Featherstone, also Hamtramck resident. Megan Featherstone.
Megan Featherstone?
Good afternoon. My name is Megan. I lived in Hamtramck for over a decade. I would like to say the same of you, but I think we all know that several of you don't, or under investigation for not, which is a waste of all of our tax dollars. Every time I come in here, I have to talk about something that you would do to waste our tax dollars. Okay? I may not agree with Max politically, just like my friend, but he's doing his job. I'm here in support of Max and our city clerk for doing their job. Every time I hear about this council, it's a waste of our money. A waste. Shameful. I remember Councilman Hassan, didn't you run on getting rid of the income tax?
You have to
address the mayor.
Okay, I'm addressing the mayor. What's up? I'm pretty sure Councilman Hassan ran on getting rid of our income tax 5 years ago. What's up with that? I've come here, I don't know how many times, see Councilman Musa taking a nap. What's up with that? I'm not even sure if you, Mayor, even live here. Definitely love people who don't. Definitely looking out for none of us who live here, who pay our taxes, and who deserve better than this foolishness. All of these people in here, because you want to use your time and our money to try and further your political career, which for some of y'all you haven't even gotten out of this room. Y'all are shameful. We deserve better. There are people in this city who have needs. Thank you. None of them are being met by this city. And you know that. You know that. And that's why Councilman Hassan is looking at me smirking. Because he knows that. Shameful. Shameful behavior. We all deserve better.
Thank you, Megan. Scott Aronson?
Arrington or Arrington?
Aronson.
Scott Aronson?
Hello, my name is Scott Aronson. I'm the owner of the Hamtramck Hostel. This is the first time I've been a city business owner for about 7 years. This is the first time, I'm not a political person, this is the first time I've ever been at one of these meetings. And I just felt it was important that I come to support Matt. You know, I don't have a lot of issues with our business, with the hostel, it's on home. But whenever I do, and I send a message, you know, he's the guy that cares. And I think it's very hard to find somebody like that. And when you have somebody like that, you know, you should be doing everything that you can to keep them. And so I just, you know, urge you, if that's something that you're not planning on doing, I urge you to strongly reconsider. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Abraham Al-Jahim? Abraham, was it?
Abraham Al-Jahim. What?
Abraham Al-Jahim.
Abraham Al-Jahim.
Good evening, Council Mayor, Manager, City Attorney, Clerk, and Deputy Chief. First of all, David Hamtramck, the investigator. In January, he said to me and the chief, he wants to rent a car, put drugs in it, and have the chief's wife drive it, and he'll take her to jail. The chief said, no way. This is my child's mom. I would never do that to her. Well, she's giving you a hard time. She's mental. She's on drugs. He said, it doesn't matter. You're not doing that to her. 2 weeks after that, he asked me to be a CI, confidential informant, for the Hamtramck Police Department. And I would work with the FBI, DAA, state police, and Max would pay me. That's exactly what he said. The city will pay you, we'll make you ID, we'll do this and we'll do that. I said, no, thank you. Is that why you asked for my ID and my email? A month before that, he said, yes, I'm working on it. I said, I'm not doing that to my community. I've been here 35 years, an activist, and a political, political activist, and a community activist for 26 years. You're gonna pay me $1,000 after each case? For what? You do your job. You're hired for that, not me. And then to go back during when people were running, Max was putting pressure on Chief Jamil Tahiri not to support any candidate because he preferred another candidate. Of course, anybody, the president, the chief lives here. He can do whoever he wants. And now, yesterday, I don't have Facebook anymore, by the way. Max posted that the Monroe County prosecutor got the case for you guys already, for the voter fraud. Who's pushing it? I would like extra minutes today. And who's pushing it? And why now? The residency, I've been pushing it for 7 months. But why the residency just came up now, the voter fraud came now, and the chief's situation came now. And there was a guy that bought a car from New York. Came here, we were right outside City Hall. He said, Abraham, I want you to come with me to Dearborn to pick up my car. I said, I'm not going to Dearborn. And David pops up with a police car. I said, David, if you're going to pick up the car, I'm going with you because I feel safe when I'm next to a police officer. As big as David. He's also an investigator for the city. And he was fired in 2003. We would love to find out when he was fired. So we went, got the car. My son drove it to New York. Yes, my son drove the car to New York. And it wasn't stolen. The guy had a title. The title was signed. So I don't know what is all this about. They mentioned something that happened in New York. Well, Max wants to bring a company, outside company, to investigate. No, Max. We want the state police and the FBI to investigate. Not a separate company, not an investigation company, a private company. Because we know David has a company, Max has an investigation company, and the third company might be their friend. Might do them a favor. We want the state police and the FBI to investigate every little thing that goes on in Hamtramck. Thank you.
Folks, there's no clapping in here. Audience will remain silent.
Angela Haban?
Angela Haban?
Haban.
Haban.
He's in check the email.
Sorry. I just looked through all of my emails today. I did
Keep it down.
No clapping, please.
Mayor.
Hi, Ben Haven, I live on Flinger Street, long-term resident. I'm just here to speak on behalf of process. It seems like there's a lot of allegations against the chief and the detective, and I think the right thing to do is what Max has done and start an investigation and have people on paid leave. No one's been fired. It's a paid leave, while we understand what's going on and what's the best thing for the city. I don't want anyone to lose their jobs because of a power struggle or because of misunderstandings. I think the right thing to do at this point is exactly what Max has done in representing the needs of the city and the best interests of the people who live here and all of you. It's embarrassing to be in the news as a city for these reasons all the time. There's a process to be followed when it comes to investigations for wrongdoing in every single line of business. In my job, if I do something wrong, I'll be put on leave and not paid while it's investigated, right? So I think the right thing to do would be to allow the investigation to go through, Max and his job, see what the investigation says, and then make the decisions on what to do from there. That's in the best interest of the city. It saves the taxpayers a bunch of embarrassment and you all a bunch of time and money, and is really the only fair thing to do at this point. So please just keep everyone in their jobs until what's done is done, and the right thing to do is determined. Thanks.
Thank you. Hassan, Dearborn resident?
Good afternoon, everybody. Hassan again. First of all, Mr. Mayor, you got a freedom of information the other day regarding Max. Max is not allowed to work for the city of Hamtramck. Number one, it's right here, black and white. You read it, Mr. Mayor. The attorney read it. The attorney sent it to me. The clerk sent it to me. His contract that he has right now is void. I'll tell you why. This was supposed to be disclosed to the public. The mayor could not get it, and nobody could get it, until I sent the freedom of information with a retention letter. And I demanded, if I don't get it, I'm gonna litigate. What happened is, he hid this from the public. So we're gonna sit here and blame this individual because him and David are investigating people, false allegations for a chief of police for 25 years from New York City that came to dedicate his life here to change Hamtramck. There was not a punch in and a punch out in the beginning. Guys smoking cigarettes upstairs. And he bought, what's it called? A guy with overtime, stealing overtime. You guys forgot about that. And this guy's gonna come here like a coward, sitting here with this right here, comes, works over here, lies to you, does not disclose this. And what's the city attorney gonna say? Oh, he has another contract? No, this contract right here is the original contract. He signed. He's not allowed to work in the city. He signed a contract right here. His signature. His signature's right here. His signature's right here. I'd like the extra minute, please. His signature's right here, Mr. Mayor. He signed it. He agreed not to work for the city. He agreed that you guys, he lied to you. Remember that. Lies after lies. It's okay for Max to lie. But if you want to sit there and investigate a chief of police that's dedicated for 25 years, that was a captain taking care of over 100 officers. The small city over here, he wants to come steal. You're not sit there and talk about his wife, his kid. This is all David. And David, Max suspended David to make it look, what's it called? Nobody's talking about David. They're all bashing the chief of police. And that's the problem. You guys have to understand, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You make a vote today, get this guy out of here. Because his contract is expired, void. If the attorney's gonna tell you otherwise, I'm filing a grievance today against the attorney. If you guys sit there and tell me that the attorney told you that this is not void, it's void automatically. It's a shame that we're gonna see him bash the chief of police. Guys, wake up. The clerk does her job, and Max is sitting here slacking off, worried about Muhammad, worried about this guy, worried about that guy, but he's not worried about himself for lying. You cannot work here. It's very simple. If we're gonna give Max a slap on the wrist, we might as well give everybody a slap on the wrist, guys. Think about it, vote on it. Get this guy out of here.
Thank you. Sam Malasari?
Mr. Mayor, if I may have just a point of clarity, that document has been public available.
No, it wasn't public available.
A simple search, Google search would have provided it. Mr. Ayoun didn't even have to FOIA it. Like, apparently he didn't Google it. Further, Mr. Ayoun is not an attorney. He relies on ChatGPT, and that's kind of, I'm frankly kind of disturbed about the slander and things he just misrepresents constantly to this council, but that's not true, period.
Sam, 3 minutes.
Mr. Mayor, City Councils, as long as you sit in the chairs, clear and clean, and legal to sit in the chairs, we have a lot of respect for you. Doesn't matter what they say, it doesn't matter what they act like, okay? Mr. Tanri, actually, he's working in the city, and all of us actually know. He did a lot of improvement actually to the police department. And we stand with him and we support him. The same thing, we're not against anyone. It's only we need the city to run the way they should be run. To be clean, clear, and also to be to do the best to the city. Not to use the tax dollars for hiring for something else is not benefit the city. We do respect to everyone. We need the city. There is a lot of services we need it in the city. So we stand here and we support the mayor to make the right decision. And we will stand with him to make the city clear and clean. Thank you so much.
Muttahar Fadl? Muttahar Fadl.
One more time.
Muttahar Fadl.
Muttahar?
Hamtramck resident.
Good evening. Assalamu alaikum. I don't know where to start. I am not with somebody against anybody, but if Mr. Atahri did any mistakes or violation, he should be held accountable according to law. And you should not target him because he succeeds and he is well known and he's doing his job right. And I hope, and I will say this to Max, that you didn't take this action based on personal thing between you and Mr. Atahri. And I'm not against you, Max. You are a good guy. You're doing your job right. But sometimes when two city councils have something against each other, you take one side rather than the other side. So you stay out of politician and do your job as a city manager.
we like to have diversity on the police department and on the fire department. This is the first time we have someone from our community and the police department, and we feel he's been targeted. And if he's the investigation is gonna indicate that he did a violation, I don't mind if he be held accountable according to law. But I have a bad reputation with the police department. One time I came because my wife, before the mayor took office, my wife green card was lost, and I came to get a report. They denied me. They said, no, just go call the immigration, they will send you another one. One time I came to ask for Khalil al-Rifai when he was an officer inside. The guy on the reception told me he's not here. I'm sorry. I turned around and I called Khalil and he came from inside. You know? One time, one of my neighbors' car mirror got broken. His teenager kid accused me. He called a police officer, and the police came. He knocked on my door. He said, what happened today? I told him, I don't know. He got mad at me. He said, I'll take you to jail. Why? I don't know what happened. Even if he accused me, I still don't know. And then he went and knocked about 12 neighbors to see if he see me broke that mirror, and they told him no. He came back and told me, work it out with him or I'll take you to jail. I told him no. It's not about a $40 mirror. It is about reputation. And then when he gave me 2 tickets. When I came, he gave me a 3rd one, even though my case was dismissed. So we wanted diversity, but we want everybody to be here according to the law and not to be targeted because of his, successful things or his race or his, community he came from or his background. Thank you.
Thank you. Mike Petrack?
Good evening, gentlemen. I'm here today as a longtime resident of Hamtramck, member of the city's business community, and a staunch believer in what the residents of this city stand for. I'm horrified by the circus that the current administration has turned this city into. I've invested everything I have in this town and watched as outsiders have been allowed to use it for personal gain and political gain. Currently, we have a police chief imported from New York who stands accused of using his power to cover up domestic abuse incidents, adultery, abuse of power for financial gain, and misuse of department resources. We also have 2, probably 3 council members who don't think highly enough of the city that they lead to raise their families here. And we have 4 council members who stand accused of undermining the very backbone of our democracy by ballot harvesting and voter fraud. None of these things can be blamed on previous administration. None of these things can be blamed on insufficient cash flow or cultural differences or any of the usual excuses that fly around this room. None of the blame for those things lie with anyone but the people sitting across from me right now. Yet here we are on a Friday evening in a meeting that wasn't really announced during by the usual channels, while the very people who are responsible for this situation debate what to do about one person, the one person, who has acted to uphold the law in the interest of the public good. If you take action, it would be the definition of retaliation. At every opportunity, Mr. Garbarino has acted thoughtfully, with measured caution, to protect the citizens' interests and ensure that the city operates fairly in accordance with law. Ironically, the only people who take issue with Max are the people sitting across from me and their sordid sycophants and cronies, many of whom do not understand the law. If you decide to fire Mr. Garbarino, there will certainly be a large lawsuit and likely criminal proceedings against you. As a property owner in the city, I don't want to see the financial consequences of your failings on my tax bill, as they have for past lawsuits. It is your duty as elected officials to act in the best interest of the citizens, not yourself. Therefore, you must allow the investigations to proceed without interference and allow the city manager and city clerk to remain in their positions. The citizens, as they seem to be the only people with any power in this town who are interested in doing that. Thank you.
Thank you. Bill Meyer?
Hi, Bill Meyer from Trowbridge, a longtime resident, and I've attended more meetings than anybody else in Hamtramck, because I love Hamtramck and I love the people who live here. I totally support the police union statement that was made earlier. I'm here to support both our beloved chief and the best city manager that I think we've ever had. He's a unifier. He's concerned about every resident. I have many examples to prove that, but like one, for example, he wants to have his office in the front hallway of City Hall so that he can have people when they come in the door, meet people. Doesn't want to be by himself up in the third floor, expensive office. He's attended every city event. He replies immediately to every cause we have. I totally support Max in his work. I ask you that you look for all the facts, find the whole truth before you make any decision. We need to hear from all relevant parties. We have a thing from Max or from the chief of police. Our city does not need any more lawsuits, as you all know. But Max did make some critical mistakes. He did not consult the council or mayor before he made this decision. That was a very big mistake. And I think an investigation could have taken place without having to suspend the chief of police. Not sure about that, but our chief was highly vetted when he applied for this position. He's made a major mark in the city. His accusations against him are not really proven yet. Whistleblowers, the secret whistleblower that sentences in French can make a lot of money from these sort of projects. Yeah, this happened before in the school system. And, you might want to look into things that happened with the superintendent there. And there's many examples of this sort of stuff going on in the city, corruption. Not among the new people, but among the old. We need to ask why certain people are being targeted and attacked, and other people are not. And I recommend that Max end the suspension if possible of our chief. And let the investigation go forward, as like others have said. Keep Max on his job for sure. The problem is not Max Gavarino or Jamil Al-Bahiri. Some people are intentionally creating chaos in the city by making baseless accusations. Let's get back to working together and let the truth and justice prevail and keep everybody on the job. Thank you.
Thank you. Elizabeth Fanasier? Hamtramck resident, 3 minutes.
Members of the council, Mr. Mayor, and ladies and gentlemen, my name is Elizabeth Fanasier, and I'm the owner of Berryfield LLC and Purple Pattern LLC, who operate in Hamtramck. My clientele comes to visit my business in Hamtramck not only from all over Metro Detroit, but all over the country. Previous to opening my business in the city, I worked as a paralegal at a high-powered art and intellectual property right law firm in New York City. I left that job to return home to Michigan to invest my time, my money, and my talents in my home state. I am here today to remind you of the importance of law. The concept of democracy is considered to have been developed around the 6th or 5th century BCE. This is long before any of our time, so I thought it would be useful to quote Aristotle. Justice, alone of the virtues, is thought to be another's good, because it is related to our neighbor, for it does what is advantageous to another. Now the worst man, who is exercising his wickedness, both towards himself and towards his friends, and the best man is not that who exercises his virtue towards himself, but he who exercises it towards another. For this is a difficult task. Justice, in this sense, is not part of virtue, but virtue entire. Nor is the contrary, injustice, a part of vice, but vice entire. What the difference is between virtue and justice in this sense is plain from what we have said. They are the same, but their essence is not the same. What, as a relation to one's neighbor, is just, is, as a certain kind of state without qualification, virtue. I encourage you to understand that the rule of law in this country exists to create justice for all. That is what will be sought by the people of Hamtramck, so that neighbors and businesses can operate and flourish under fair law.
Thank you. Jeremy D. Hamtramck. Jeremy D.
Jeremy D. Jeremy D. Yep. Done.
Hi, longtime resident, and I'm just here to say that, you know, there's some serious allegations made against the chief of police, and it seems to me that the appropriate response to allegations like that, leave of absence. The chief himself posted on Facebook today that we should let the investigations go forward, get to the bottom of them, and I agree with it. Let the man clear his name. If they're baseless allegations, if there's something there, then we find that out too. I think placing someone with allegations that serious levied against them on administrative leave seems appropriate. What I don't find appropriate is calling an emergency meeting to oust the people who put the man on leave. That seems like an appropriate response when there are allegations like this. Put them on leave, do an investigation, find out. If you're kicking people out or attempting to for whistleblowing, that doesn't, it's got a bad look to it, I think. I guess that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Melissa Gilchrist?
Melissa?
Gilchrist?
Hi, my name is Melissa Gilchrist. I am a resident of Hamtramck. I have lived here, owned property here, voted, paid property and income taxes here for 26 years. And this is unprecedented in my experience. I did not even know this meeting was happening until I happened to be at City Hall today for another matter. And basically all I want to say is that I hope the City Council will follow the path of prudence and allow time for all investigations to play out before they make any final decisions. And the idea that we might be firing someone without that precedent happening is shocking and horrifying to me. And that's basically all that I have to say.
Thank you, Melissa. Ben Bawazir?
Ben Bawazir. Ben Bawazir? No, Bawazir. Bawazir. Ben Bawazir.
That cop's the worst at getting last names.
Elon? Elon.
Okay. Milo Madol?
Milo Madol?
Hamtramck.
Mr. Mayor, Council, I guess I first just want to say I really don't want to be here. This is the last way that I want to be spending my Friday night, and I hope that we all feel that way. I think the problem with what's going on right now is this has become a personal matter, and it's not. I know some of you guys personally. I have good relationships with some of you guys personally. I know Max personally. I like the chief. I know the chief. I think a lot of what he's done has been really good for this city and for this community. But that's not what we're talking about. This isn't personal. This is a situation where serious misconduct has been alleged. Max has not passed judgment on the accused. He's in this job, and he's referred this to the appropriate parties for further investigation. Firing for someone for doing their job is not appropriate. It's incredibly inappropriate. And it's probably illegal. It damages our community. It's the wrong thing to do. Let this play out. That's the right thing to do. And Max did the right thing by referring this matter further. That's all I have to say.
Thank you.
So Max must be the
Naeem
whistleblower.
Chaudhry?
Nyan Chowdhury. Naeem Chowdhury.
Is it what I sound like when I call out names?
Oh,
Good afternoon, folks. Assalamu alaikum. Peace be upon you all. Thank you so much for all being here today. This is outrageous. This is crazy what you guys doing. You guys were elected to support the community, to bring the benefits with the community. You're bringing one cast to another. Mr. Garbanio has been with the city for a long time. He has serving his community for a long time, as you all know. As well as Mr. Chief Altari. He's a great guy. He's a great man. That man has been serving the community since he arrived here. So what are you guys doing? Bringing more chaos, more troubles, more disgracing the city, bringing the whole media here. That's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to work together, bringing jobs or making constructive decisions, making productive for the city. That would help us. This is why we elected you guys to do this, serve the community, not to backstab each other and find something to make chaos or noise. This is what you're doing. You're making noise, entire country, to look like you're doing something. You are not doing something. When I was on the council, the 4 years, 2022, 2024, we worked shoulder to shoulder with the mayor, colleague, and former mayor, and then Councilman Hassan, and many of you. We brought forward the city. We brought surplus in the city. We balanced the budget, 2.3 million. That's because people elected us to serve the community, not just to make it fun and fame and do things that is not necessary. So I urge you guys to make your better decision to put this city first, not yourself. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you. Abdulaziz Goba?
A lot of people want to voice their opinion.
Hello, everyone. My name is Abdulaziz Joba, long-time resident in Hamtramck. I just want to make this for the record that I'm not here against anybody, but I'm here supporting my community, my city, my people. I would like to, that said, I support fair and transparent investigation for all involved party. I trust the mayor and the city council, and I am sure that they will do the right thing today. We need to end this corruption in our city, and I believe that the police chief was doing a good job. We hope the city manager considered the complaint of the chief police and address them fairly. And I would like to say that in Arabic. شكرا رئيس البلدية والمجلس البلدي أؤيد إجراء تحقيق عادل وشفاف لجميع الأطراف المعنية. أثق برئيس البلدية وأعضاء المجلس البلدي، وأنا متأكد من أن هما سيأخذان القرار الصائب اليوم. علينا القضاء على الفساد في المدينة، وأعتقد أن قائد الشرطة كان يؤدي عمله على أكمل وجه. نأمل أن ينظر مدير المدينة السيد ماكس في شكاوي قائد الشرطة ويعالجها بإنصاف. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Mark Corey? Plymouth, Michigan?
Last name? Mark Corey. Mark Corey?
Mark Corey.
Mark Corey. Please call me.
Assalamu alaikum. Today is a very special day in the city's history.
It's been across all the news, and all these investigations, counter investigations. Let me tell you, this has been going on for 60 years, and it had trapped those allegations. If I go back to Mayor Canard, Mayor Canard's nephew was actually a client of mine, okay? Back in the days when we had prohibition, 1970s, Jimmy Hoffa's body was supposedly incinerated in the city at 300 Christopher. Okay, that was a rumor, it was never approved by the FBI, but that's what they thought. Okay, so we're always in the crosshairs of all controversy. Latest controversy was our BDS resolution. And that caused a lot of problems, State Department, it caused a lot of issues, as everybody knows. But this is a new issue, okay? Like I say, 10 years here. I know most of the people down here. In fact, I've either sued or deposed most of the people down here. I sued Max one time, I deposed him. I deposed Mr. Hassan, okay? But that point is, this goes on and on and on for years. Does there need, what I've heard now is the Monroe County prosecutors accepted some case, it's a rumor, I don't know it, but some case to file charges or to investigate possible charges against people in city council. I don't know, but I do know a lot of people involved, okay? I know people in the Attorney General's office that were involved, and people in the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office are involved in the last vote fraud investigation, why it was stopped, why the AG's office didn't get involved, why the state police didn't drop their case back in 2017. I was part of that, okay? Not part of the criminal activity, but I was part of the investigation, okay? As an attorney. So everybody knows that. What I want to indicate though is be careful. Be very careful, because the problems that I see when I sued the city was too many people are talking, leaking information that can violate privacy laws. That's, you gotta be real careful, okay? And we gotta make sure we do everything proper here. Be careful, and this, I know Max had a good attorney, Mike Pitt, last time, Michael Pitt, okay? They violate laws, did I, on behalf of one person, and we have deposed Max, and we deposed a lot of people in the city. Be careful, follow your attorney's advice, get good legal counsel, don't fire me without a good reason, if you get sued, okay? We don't want to see a city sued. Last thing the city needs to lose money due to lawsuits, okay? So be very careful, because I've been contacting a lot of people at the Attorney General's office. I met with Tom Leonard, who was nominated for the Republican Attorney General. I went to his house in DeWitt. I talked to Dana before she was elected. Dana says, I'll clean up, and Trevor, don't worry about me. She never did. So, with that, I wish to say, Godspeed.
Thank you. Mo Mohammed.
Put MCC to
Mo
sleep.
Mohammed.
Mo Muhammad.
Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon. Officer David took my car for 19 days. He got me to lose my job, got me to stay at home, lost my aid. I went through hell through those 19 days. He took it. He left this stay, I think, and when he came back, I tried to contact him. He kept giving me days after days after days after days. He said that my car was stolen, and I showed him proof that I got it from the auction, and he wouldn't believe it until we had to reach out to the chief of police, and he didn't work for us. And after that, he barely gave me my car back. And since then, he's been targeting me and my friends, and every time, like when I drive through the city, I don't feel safe because knowing he's a police officer in Hamtramck, I feel like I'm gonna get pulled over every time I drive around Hamtramck. So I barely stay in the city. I don't feel comfortable in the city because of him. I don't.
Thank you. Khalid Al-Masmari. Khalid Al-Masmari.
Yes, ma'am.
What else?
Okay. Here, the council, everyone here? I am a long time visiting the state of Hamtramck, almost 30 years, 35 years. I ain't never seen it this bad.
just very depressing to hear this negative news every other day from the state of Hamtramck. And I just hope and wish that we can find a way for a path to get out of this limbo that we are in. Now, we are elected to these positions to work with the city, to improve the city. Not to blame each other and go against each other. That is not what we vote for. I know both gentlemen, I know Max, and I know the chief for a long time. And they both are doing an exceptional job, I can say. Having said that, no one is above the law. Investigation is ongoing. I really think we should wait for that investigation to be completed so you can make an informed decision. The city suffered a lot from lawsuits. We didn't need another one, not from the chief or from us. So we have to ask you to wait for the investigation to be completed and make an informed decision. And hoping and praying that will be the end of this drama in the city. It's always good to hear good news. We had good news a couple of years past, but now all we hear is negative. And believe me, when I talk to my friends and colleagues from outside the city, they say we live in a third world country. We're not in America anymore. We need to change this. Thank you very much.
I love rock and ride.
Mr. Mayor, if you don't mind, for some reason, our internet, I don't know if you're still having trouble with your computer?
It's froze for everybody.
Yeah, so do you
Live
mind if
feed is
I
frozen.
just recycle? Thank you.
Everybody's lives frozen but mine.
I'm connected to it, I'm hardwired in.
I think it's frozen earlier, trying out there.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Thank you. You're gonna talk.
We're like, what's that noise? And it's a beep right in front of us.
Give me interest in this afternoon.
Going to a sound. I've never been to one yet.
You wanna go to mine?
Okay, we're working again. Oh my God, there's an off with my head. Okay, Khalid Bisol. Saidul Islam.
Saidul Islam?
Hello, you guys doing? Mr. Mayor, I wanted to say a couple of things about the situation of the whole thing going on. We're just having a meeting one after another, emergency meeting coming up, and that's kind of part of normal, schedule. And I want to see if you could, take your time and get this thing processed. And I think it's time for you to speak up, and get this thing, moving. Because I've been hearing thing about Max is gonna get out of here and stuff like that. Which, I'm pretty sure if you replace somebody, you get another guy, but, it's gonna take time, like I said before, my last speech. This is good resource, good man, he's been there for a while, and I'm here to support him. And, I think right now is the time that you should just not taking anybody's side, which is I know that you're taking, I know you're gonna be leaving soon, and you wanna be silent and trying to not create no enemy. But I think right now is the time where you two stand up and say enough is enough. And, you know, what about 3 weeks now? Yeah, about 3 months I've been hearing every meeting, oh, we're gonna have a meeting about match. Why is it every week have to be like this? This guy going through, I don't know, probably he's going through depression and stuff like that, you know, but this is our decision. If you could stand up and, you know, stop being silent and speak up, I think that would be, I think right now is the time. You know, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to disrespect you or anything, but you're a really nice guy, you know, and everybody's here nice. I am always personal issues with nobody, but I think sometimes there's a line that we just step down and say, close it down. And I think right now is the time. Please, I'll appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank
Well,
you.
and just to give you a heads up, I will speak up in a little bit. You will hear other side of the story, because I was involved with all of this from the beginning. So I advise everyone to listen, because that would be the most important part that you will hear. Thank you.
Yes. No, another thing is just like, if there is a day that you guys want to get rid of him.
No, we are, this meeting is not about that. This meeting is to make this investigation process fair and transparent and to bring justice.
And I think that's everybody deserves that as a citizen of Hamtramck, you know. And if there's a day, you know, just set up a one day, not every week, hey, we're trying to get this guy out, or we're trying to get that person out, you know. And I highly appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Abdul Muttalib.
Last name?
Muttalib. Abdul Muttalib.
Abdul Muttalib.
How many more you have right now?
I'm sorry?
How many more people
Not that many, no, there's a card, maybe a 10 or 12.
After the, council, I'm just here to, say a few things about Match. He's been with us for almost, 10 years now? Maybe probably longer than that. He was a police chief prior to that. This guy knows the city in and out. He's been serving our community, very well. I mean, the last few years, all the work that's been getting done, he's been involved in everybody's business that's been opening up. In all ways, he's always there for all the citizens of this community. All the allegations that's coming up on him, and I know like maybe he suspended the police chief. If that's protocol, if that's procedure, based on whatever evidence he's got, that's what he had to do. But to have a meeting all of a sudden just to suspend him or to get rid of him, I don't know if that's the way. Basically, we're pointing fingers at each other, trying to get this guy out and trying to get this guy back in. Let's just cut all this and just work together. I mean, city council as well as the administration, we should work together to further this city, not just, you know, pick and choose who we want to favor and who we want to get out of this thing. So I think we should all get together and just, you know, look for progress for the city, not just point fingers. That's all.
Thank you. Gias Collector. Gias.
Yes, Collector?
Yes.
I don't know how many more she's got in her hand, but it looks like quite a few.
I think the mic have been here for almost past 2 hours. First, my name is G.S. Talaldar. I'm a businessman in Hamtramck. I was a former resident too here. What is happening here is dividing us over there. We want you to, like you guys are the ruler of Hamtramck. You guys, we put you guys here, I mean, the residents of Hamtramck put you guys here so that there's no chaos, there's no division that should go around. And Mr. Mayor Golub, he has been here, he's a very sweet guy that we know, he have the judgment. Of course, he's a doctor, medical doctor, it takes a lot to be a doctor. So I'm sure he has this, how to clarify everything and to verify everything that's happening here. We don't want to be here for the tribe. We don't want to be divided. Loving your ethnic group, there's nothing wrong in it. But we don't want to fall for it just for the ethnic group. We want to fall for everybody. You want to create a garden, there has to be all kind of flowers in it, then only we call it a garden. If there's only one kind, that doesn't look beautiful. Secondly, the gentleman right here, we are hearing things about him. I don't know how much sure it is, like if they're trying to get rid of him or not. This is an asset to our city. Where, in which city will you find a CM, which is a city manager, that will reply to your messages early in the morning, 2 a.m., 1 o'clock, no matter what time it is? I don't know if he sleeps or not. You know, take some sleep. Thanks. He replies, he tried to take care to solve your problem. And we don't want to get rid of such people from the city. If there's any shortcomings, we all have shortcomings. Nobody's perfect. If there is any, let's put it together on a table and take care of it and solve the problem. Don't give hard times to all the people that are here. We have almost like maybe 10 full rooms of people that are waiting in the hallway to speak here. Most of them are in favor of Max. And I'm not talking about Chief Tahiri here because I don't know if there is an allegation they're saying, but we all have allegations if we look about. But Tahiri, and so far I know him, he's a nice guy. He's not chief, but he is here to be chief. You know, he has that ability. At the same time, we want Max in our city of Hamtramck. Thank you all.
I only got one kind of plant in my garden.
Is it Kenneth Bark? Yeah. Come on, Christopher. 3 minutes.
How many?
Ooh,
You got 3
nice.
minutes.
3 minutes, all right. Then. Good afternoon, city council members.
All right.
Howard. I'm not sure what's going on, but I saw the news yesterday. I'm here in support of the chief himself. I've known the chief since he first got here, when he first hired him. And he has always been a community chief. I've never known him to be in the station. He's always out in the community. When it came election time, never saw any of you guys in my neighborhood campaign. So I don't know who you are. But when he was supporting one of you guys on city council, and he had the election up at when he had the election up at the high school, he made sure that his neighbors, which he stayed directly across from me. I remember when he started working on that house, when he first got here. Now, you guys called him all the way from New York just to be the chief of police for a year. Something's wrong. This guy left his job that was sound and permanent to come here to the city of Hamtramck and be a police officer. As far as I know, the crime rate is down in Hamtramck. The patrols are up in Hamtramck, because I remember time coming through Hamtramck, which I've been raised here all my life, you couldn't even find a police car at night in the city of Hamtramck. Detroit you could find it, but not Hamtramck. But he has increased that. Now we have more police officers patrolling the city of Hamtramck. That is Hamtramck. We used to have Wayne County Sheriff from 12 o'clock at night to 7 o'clock in the morning, or whatever. But he is a good chief, and whatever you got against him, I think the terms are very, very, very false. Some of you guys need to sit down and look at yourself. Because every politician is not right. Not even you. Not even you, Mr. Mayor. Because he campaigned for you. So I'm going to end mine short because I don't need 3 minutes. But I am a total supporter of his. And he's been across the street from me ever since he arrived in the city of Hamtramck. He's a good police chief. And like I said, I've never heard him being in his office. He's always patrolling the city day, afternoon, and night. So whatever this charge is, he's not mentioning to the public, so it is what it is. Thank you. You guys have a good day.
Thank you.
Ice cream truck.
Alan Medina, Gozak? I got to build it, and I got to read it. Let's see. All right. Is Al Medina here?
There's the carnival music.
Jewel Muhammad.
He just went for that. He literally came and told me.
You have to announce that. Okay, Rizal Chowdhury.
Okay.
Honorable Council, it's very unfortunate we are going on media and national attention. One incident after another. I personally think it was not necessary to call an emergency meeting today. The city has a meeting scheduled on Tuesday. We could discuss all matters together there. That we are human beings, we can make mistakes. And we make mistakes, somebody has to make a judgment, investigation. If that person gets innocent, after the investigation, we'll celebrate it, we'll honor it. If after investigation someone gets proven guilty, they have to be punished. It is the rule. So I would urge City Council to make very careful decision if we have to do today, because the whole, not only Hamtramck, whole region is watching you. Your one wrong mistake could ruin your reputation, and the city could be in bad situation soon and others. So please consider, if you need to take time, take more time, discuss yourself, discuss with the parties, and take the wise decision. Thank you.
Thank you. Al-Hassan Al-Harbi.
Last name?
Al-Hassan Al-Sharbi.
Al-Hassan Al-Sharbi? No.
No. Kabir Ahmad.
Shabir Ahmad?
Kabir.
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 Kabir. Kabir.
Kabir.
No response.
Okay. MD Islam.
MD Islam?
How are you, everyone? I'm been a long time after I am in the city council meeting, which is emergency meeting. That's why I'm here. You know, the city of Hamtramck and other cities, they are always facing some hard time, some problems, but they are solving their problem, within their council and their administration. And I'm requesting all of you, the city council, mayor, city manager, and the clerk, everybody, please work together and resolve this issue, which is better for us. And don't put some pressure on the citizens of the city of Hamtramck. Because if you are, I don't know, but if you are make a wrong decision and city will get any lawsuit, then we have to pay from our pocket. We have to pay from our pocket. This is the request to the city council and the administration of the city of Hamtramck. The second thing is your fire department. They are going to the businesses once a year to see how it's going on, and they are charging $100. Okay, $100 for the business, but please remove $100 from the mosque or church, religious institution and city. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Nasser K.
Nasser K. Yep. He's coming.
Assalamu alaikum. Good evening, everyone. I don't usually speak, but I guess today I'd like to express our opinion about Chief Apati. He's not here tonight, but he's a really good man, to my opinion. He's built bridges between the community and between the people, and he's brought us to a level where nobody's brought us before. So, I mean, we really appreciate him, and we hope that we can resolve this problem. And plus, Max, he's been with us for decades. 20 years or so. So, we hope that we can fix this problem altogether. We don't want nobody to, we want everybody. We finally got to a spot in our community where things are going good. And now we can bring him backwards. We don't want that. We want to go forward with everybody, with Max and with the chief. Thank you, everybody. That's what I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Ahmed Sharaf, Detroit.
Assalamu alaikum. Purposely Mayor, Mayor, and our partners. Pastor, I get so upset, frustrated. I'm gonna move it to Arabic. This is about America. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. أحمد شرف الدين ناشط حقوقي. أنا أتحدث عن نفسي. سأتحدث عن نشاطي ل 15 سنة. سعادة الرندة عند صديقي مع صديقي كلما خلفي أصدقاء لكن الحق فوق الكل. وأنا سمعت كل الكومنت كلهم بيتحدثوا.
Can you tell them to calm down outside?
سعادة الرندة الكل بيتحدثوا على مشاعرهم. الكل يتحدث على مشاعرهم. قضية خرجت ويجب عليك أن تتخذ قرار. الرئيس الأمريكي دونالد ترامب وضع فيك الثقة كقائد مجتمعي and a person. إذا خرجت اليوم أنت وهي محمود سعادة الأتورني أبو موسى، أنا أدعي كل واحد باسمه لأنه يوم الدين ستدعون بأسمائكم وبدياناتكم وكل واحد عارف إيش في قلبه. اليوم مش يوم المشاعر صارت روندا. and I wish you translate that. اليوم يوم المدارس، يوم الطرقات، 2 والمدينة تعاني. على أي قضايا تتحدث؟ من الذي بيخوفنا أن المدينة تواجه قضيتي أنا إنه ابني ما عنده مدرسة صالحة. قضيتي أنا الشوارع تحتاج تصليحها. قضيتي أنا the city of Hamtramck need a hospital. أما إنه هو واحد يتكلم لي على السيد ماكس، على جميل الطاهري، على هذا مش يوم الأسماء. اليوم يوم القرار وأنتم متحملين هذا يوم القرار. Thank you. Please
No, we have
translate.
one more minute. I wasn't cutting you off.
No, I'm just
Okay,
upset.
no problem.
I don't want to.
No problem. Thank you.
Talking
Jill
about,
Mohammed.
he wants me to translate. So
Ah.
he's talking about that we should put the emotions aside and take a wise decision regarding this. And he's complaining about, the priorities, that there are some priorities for residents, including schools, roads, street alleys, and he cares more about that and he needs to see improvement. He doesn't want discussing personal stuff and wasting our time with that. And so he is asking us to be decisive about this and to take the right decision.
Thank you. Jill Mohammed.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Joel Mohammed. I moved to this city back in 2001 from New York, and I loved it. So today I'm here to support Mr. Max Gabriano. He has been doing really great job. I'm gonna go a little while back. Back in 2008, after the recession, this city, we had trash everywhere. Max Capriano, Bill was there, Andrew, John Olay, and many others, Anamia, many others that I don't remember the name right now. But we had a team cleaned up the city every weekend. So we don't have many good ones left. Try to keep the good ones, okay? And without the Max Gabriano, the city clerk, you guys are not capable to do a lot of things. So keep it cool and keep the good ones. Thank you.
Thank you. Is it Stephen Thiel?
Thiel?
Stephen Thiel, T-H, from Grosse Point Farms.
Good afternoon, Council. My name is Stephen Thiel from Grosse Point Farms. I heard about today's proceedings on the news, and I do not fully understand the circumstances that has brought such a large crowd here today. But I would like to take the opportunity to place my concerns about the Hamtramck Police Department on the record. A few years ago, I was arrested for a crime I did not commit and spent 2 days in the lockup before being released. While in lockup, I received 2 bologna sandwiches each day, totaling approximately 400 calories. The Michigan Department of Corrections requires inmates receive an average of 2,600 calories per day. Some inmates downstairs can spend up to 4 days in lockup, depending on which day they're arrested, especially if it's a holiday like Memorial Weekend coming up. This is tantamount to cruel and unusual punishment, a violation of the 8th Amendment to the United States Constitution. I immediately recognized this is wrong and illegal, and that a crime was and still is being committed by the Hamtramck Police Department. My intention was to petition the government to resolve this issue. I filed a Freedom of Information Act request, only to be told that no records exist regarding the origin of the bologna sandwiches, the purchase, or how they were acquired by the city of Hamtramck. I think this is concerning, especially that my attempt to resolve it only resulted in a dead end. So however this investigation plays out, I would ask that the council, the police department, and anyone else involved try to address this issue. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jail
Latrello
bologna
Seifers?
sandwiches.
Latrello Seifers?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hello, Mr. Seifers.
Hey, how are you, clerk?
I'm well, thank you,
Hey, what's going on with city council? You know, there must be something going on. We got 1 million people arriving out of this city all lined up, and 1 million television trucks out there, every single police in the city up here. The city could be getting robbed right now. But listen, I saw a picture out there, and I'm appalled of that picture. How could y'all put a picture in this building of Trump? So what I'm going to do is I'm offering to the people out there in TV world, I'm offering $500 if they come up here and take that picture down. I am giving you $500.
$500.
You want more? I'll give you more, but that picture needs to come down. Shame on you guys for putting that picture up there. $500 right now to a person that come in here and take that picture off the wall and give it to me. I'm standing out right in front of City Hall. Mostly everybody in Hamtramck know where to find me. I am very appalled of you guys to have that picture up there. $500 right now to a person that come get that picture off that damn wall. Shame on you. Shame. That picture doesn't represent Hamtramck. That picture represents a part. We want someone hanging on that wall. You got some other Republicans up there, but they didn't do the things that he has done. Shame on you. You guys just wanted to take a picture with somebody that was popular and put it up on that wall with the rest of them presidents. $500 right now to a person that come get that picture off that wall. $500. And everybody in Hamtramck knows it. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Seifers. Take care.
Better know.
Let's just finish the Rabia and The last person I Rabia? put it in.
Thank you. I'm missing my microphone.
Oh, the casino.
Hello. My name is Rabia and I'm a resident of Hamtramck. I'm here to support the police chief Jamil Al-Tahari. This is actually sad that I can say Hamtramck City what he got to. And
Hold it up. Sorry, it's okay.
sorry about that. It's sad to see us on the news like this. I think this should have been taken care of between mayor and city manager before the media and everybody else. I had encountered a couple of times with Max when I did call him, and it wasn't a good experience at all. So I think Max was the chief before, and he was a corrupt chief, so he needed to be taken down immediately. And he should have been a manager at all. Yep. So before the media, I think you guys should have sit down and discuss it with the mayor of the city before you guys brought everybody in. And I hope everybody sits down and make a decision, because this is ridiculous, honestly. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Here's the channel.
Thank you for your time.
Somebody's
I believe, is there anyone else who, that's it?
Okay.
Okay, that is all, I know, that is all for public comment, Mr. Mayor.
Did you figure out those emails?
Oh, yes, thank you for the reminder. It's just the one. It's from, okay, so I did get an email. The reason I skipped over it because it didn't say that it was a public comment, it just said it was to the mayor and city manager. But it says, this is from Brooklyn Auto Mall. To the mayor and city manager, I want to make a formal complaint against a Wayne County detective named David. He helped me pick up a car back that I legally bought from owner. She reported it stolen, and it was why her boyfriend who made payments. It was with her boyfriend who made payments. I also cleared issue with detectives with her in 67th precinct, and everything is legally done. David and previous owner have been in contact for some time based on what my friends and she had been reporting, making the conspiring against something or whatever, which I don't know why. I have all the legal documents and the car in question is in my legal possession. Please clarify why David's name keeps coming up and I'm confused. My attorney can follow up if you like. And they did attach a sale transaction, which to me, I don't understand what it means, but it is attached. But that's the email.
Thank you.
No problem.
Well, I think with that, we come to the end of the public comment, and we'll start discussing the only issue in the new business, which is discussing the volatility within the City Hall administration. Can I get a motion to start the discussion? I mean, it's not like, I don't think we need to vote.
Yeah, but we did need a motion.
We need a motion.
A motion to start the discussion. A second.
All right, so thank you everyone for coming. I appreciate your time. We actually, we're not here to punish anyone today. We just want to make sure that the investigation is fair and transparent. You have seen allegations sent from an anonymous person, right? Nobody knows who wrote those, including recordings of the chief and his. I'm saying this because the chief is not here to defend himself. But I know he He sent me a lot of stuff, including what you just heard now. This is justification of one of the allegations of the stolen car. So when that person comes, the owner of the car, and talk about this and makes a false accusation, then things will look different. I was mentioned in one of those allegations regarding the election, 100% false accusations. And for that reason, I want to ask the FBI to include me in that investigation. His wife sent an email to deny that he is abusing her. That was another one of the accusations. So when you hear from the other side, you may change your mind. Now, Hamtramck will never be, again, a safe haven for criminals and leftovers of other cities to come here and cause incivility and toxic work environment here. And their eyes and their focuses are on our resources. The interest of the people of Hamtramck is their last priority. And that's what some officers came, and from day one, and that tells you why there's recording the police from 2024 and stuff. That tells you what was the goal from the beginning of this. And one of the wives of this officer sued Hamtramck Public Schools for $1 million. So, what's happening now is we are treating the police chief as a criminal until proven otherwise. While in fact, it should be innocent until proven otherwise. Now, leaking this information allegation to the media and weaponizing the media against our community is another issue. I was involved in this, and I spent so many meetings with the police chief and with Max trying to settle this down so it doesn't leak out and it doesn't get worse. I didn't know this allegation wasn't there. So I spent the last meeting, we were so good with the attorney, and we agreed that we will go out for dinner. Max said, okay, you have a full autonomy of the police department. I'm not gonna get involved, do whatever you want with Dave. And we promised each other we will go for dinner together because everything is settled down. The next day, I heard from the news that the police chief was suspended. Why? Because an anonymous person sent some allegations to Max. And I was involved in this thing from the beginning. At least as a respect, I should be informed what was happening. I heard from the news, he's suspended. What's happening? I thought we settled everything down. Oh no, an anonymous person sent some allegations and I had to act. Well, I'm telling you here, these allegations from the police chief complaints from May 12th, and I was included in the emails, against this officer, and Max was CC'd. Serious allegations. And Max is included. Max is part of this. And that's why I'm saying that the investigation has to be fair and transparent. I would ask Max at the end, I don't want him to interrupt you, man, right now, why didn't you act based on these allegations? He said, I sent you multiple times about insubordination of this guy. He's not listening to me. He's doing an investigation against officials without my knowledge, without my order, without my, he said, I don't know who's telling him to do that. These are serious allegations. Max didn't take any actions. May 12, May 14, May 15, May 19. He sent me these emails after he tried so, because in the interview we asked him a question. If you are told to do something against the law, what would you do? By your boss, who's Max. He said, I will talk to him first, try to resolve the issue. What if he doesn't listen to you? And he insists that you do stuff against the law. He said, in that case, I have to reach out to a higher authority to let them know. And that's what's happening here. This makes Max part of the investigation. And that's why I'm just asking for fair and transparent investigation. Why didn't you act in May 12 when he complained about this officer? And you act within minutes when you receive the allegations from an anonymous person. That is a question. I'm not asking that you should get in trouble. We are not here to punish you, but you're going to be part of the investigation because you are not impartial in this. You are one party, one side, and so you should be investigated. And whatever applies to the police chief should apply to you and to the other officer. I am asking myself to get involved in the FBI investigation. Why? Because my name was mentioned in the allegations regarding the vote, the whatever fundraising and stuff, which is totally 100% false. And that's why I want to testify. And that's why I didn't believe most of these allegations. Because once you read some of them and you know it's false, then you know that something is going on. So to ensure neutrality, impartiality of this investigation, a private investigation company is rejected 100%. The guy owning private investigation company, and that's his business. That's what he does for life. And there's a possible conflict of interest because Max, when he was fired in 2015, worked for this guy. And then he asked the police chief for a favor to bring him back. So one of these allegations is frequent meeting between him and Max, and God knows why is he taking his order from Max and not from the police chief? A lot of stuff that needs to be investigated, include in the investigation. So FBI is fine. That would be transparent and fair. A private company is not accepted, Max. I ensured before I came that you are not going to get in trouble today. I made sure that you will get just treatment, and everybody else. I'm volunteering myself to be part of the investigation because I have a lot to say. We had meetings. I thought we solved the issue. I got you together with the police chief. I got Khalil Rifai, Councilman Rifai with the police chief, and we thought we solved everything. And then things I heard from the news that what's going on. Weaponizing the judiciary system and the media against our community is unacceptable. Hiring people of criminal backgrounds and leftovers from other cities for personal gains, that's what they come for. The interest of the community is their last priority, is not acceptable anymore. And if it doesn't get fixed now, it will never get fixed. And that's why I'm going to ensure that this investigation will be fair and transparent. You don't treat a person as a criminal based on allegations from an anonymous person. If that person, you said that he handed to you the same allegation, then he's responsible for the recording, which is illegal. That happened in 2024, an argument between the police chief and his wife. She's denying everything here. So you can't just believe whatever you hear. Things about our personal life, everybody has issues with his family and stuff. Shouldn't be, there was a department head who got involved in an accident and he was intoxicated with alcohol. Did you hear about that in the news? No. Why? Because he doesn't belong to, I'm going to say it clearly, he's somebody that he likes. So he didn't want to leak those information to the media. If he belonged to a different community, I'm sure it will be in the media. And they will be all around here. But did you hear about it? No. Because he's, I'm not going to mention no name. But this is the truth. This is going to be included in every investigation. I made sure, and I talked to the people here, that you are not going to get fired. We just want to ensure transparent investigation, fair investigation. Justice should prevail. Did you hear the story of the police chief? No, because he's not getting a chance to defend himself. You only hear everything on the media from one side. You're not hearing from the other side. And that's why I'm speaking here and I'm pissed off because everybody is talking about hearing some anonymous allegations from an anonymous person and everybody's believing that. If he's guilty after the investigation, fine. He should be held accountable and should be, I'm not going to defend him if he's guilty. But there are other side of the story, other people that needs to be investigated. This guy who caused uncivil work environment is not being investigated. Yes, he's in a leave, a paid leave of absence, whatever it's called, but he's not being investigated for these allegations that happened 2 and 3 weeks ago. He should be investigated. FBI is going to take care of this. I will be part of this investigation because my name is mentioned in the allegations and I have a lot to say. Max will be part of that, so that should be fair, I think. If the police chief, whatever applies to him is going to apply to Max, I think. That should be fair. If the police chief should be away from the city hall, that should happen to Max and Dave as well. If Max wants, to stay here, then the police chief should come back maybe, and in the days that the FBI comes, they both leave the city hall, and then that would be fair, so they don't impact the investigation. That's what I need to say, and I think that should be fair. I'm not gonna take, I advise, because I can't control the city council, I advise against firing Max, but I advise that the investigation should be transparent and fair. I'm leaving the city. I could say, I don't care what's gonna happen, but I care about the city resources. Because everybody, when they talk, they threaten us with a lawsuit. Like there was no lawsuits in the past. We had one that lasted 60 years. We had so many lawsuits for stupid things in the past. You didn't hear in the news about them because nobody used to leak them in the news. But now there's intention, a bad intention to make our community looks bad. And that's why every little thing leaks out in the media. You know, investigation against elected official, that's fine, but it shouldn't be by a private investigation. It should be by the government, by Attorney General, by whoever. Our city should not be involved, our department, especially without the knowledge of the police chief. How are you working without your boss, without telling your boss? You go out to investigate people because somebody else told you, who overstepped his power. I'm not allowed to talk to the police chief and tell him what to do. I have to go through Max. Same thing for those people. He is in full autonomy of the police department. And if there is insubordination like this, people refuse to listen to him, that's an issue. It should have been fixed when he complains about it 3 weeks ago. In fact, more, because it's mentioned here, I have talked to you multiple times. So that's why the FBI showed up today. That's good. We want the FBI to get involved because it would be fair and transparent. And if the police chief is guilty, he should be held accountable. I don't care. I'm not going to defend him. But if somebody else also is guilty, same thing. You think this is fair? I'm not saying, punish someone for doing something or retaliate. No. I'm just saying, everybody, we should take every allegation into consideration. And it should be investigated, and everyone should be involved in this. And whatever, the result is, the person who is at fault should be held accountable. But your city, as long as I'm here, will not accepting any more criminals with criminal backgrounds or leftovers from other cities to come and just try to get our resources. Their eyes is only on lawsuits. They don't care about you. And everything they talk, they threaten us with lawsuits. That's not acceptable. This is not going to happen. And there's so much stuff that I want to say, not against anybody, but so we can get things fixed. And if it doesn't get fixed now, it will never get fixed again. I'm telling you. And if this police chief, mistreated, I don't think you will get one from your community for the next 2 decades. I'm sure about that. But if he's guilty, I'm not going to defend him. I'm just telling you. So that's what I have to say. If anybody else wants to say something, that's fine. But we need to get to the closed session while Councilor Mahmoud is still here because he has to leave.
Mr. Mayor, if I may respond to that.
You can.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. A few points here. First of all, the city did not leak out any of these allegations. The police chief was put on leave, paid leave at that, because there's suspected criminal activity that was alleged. The chief will have his opportunity, full opportunity, to actually speak to the investigators and give his side of the story. That has never been a question. I feel comfortable mentioning the emails that you brought up now, only because I consider it a resolved matter, actually. I did receive several emails from the police chief, and I found them to be uncredible and untruthful.
Why didn't you order an investigation? You were defensive about the police chief.
May I finish, Mayor?
Go ahead.
Because you yourself wanted to make the peace, so I let it go. I did, 100%. The chief sent a whole series of emails that were inappropriate, unprofessional, and making wild claims that I knew personally.
It makes so much sense.
Mayor, that I knew personally were unfounded and untrue, but I let it go. So that's the only reason I'm speaking about it, because we're not looking at that right now. We can certainly bring it into this if you want, but that was a closed matter.
Yeah, it was never resolved. I didn't talk about it in the meeting. We talked about your issue with the police chief, not this guy.
I'm not trying to get back and forth with you, Mayor, but I know as a fact 100% that I brought up the issue of the police chief sending random emails.
It's not random. I mean, to me, it's serious allegations. I'm sorry.
And we 100% can include those in there. I have nothing to hide.
Why didn't you include it when it happened? Why did you act within minutes when the other guys sent you allegations?
Mayor, because I just stated that I considered that a resolved matter because I found them to be uncredible when I got them. They were not valid on their face. They were literally made up. With that said.
That's the investigation will decide, not you. Because he's saying the same stuff about the allegation that they are made up stories, but we're insisting to investigate that. So you can't just, neglect them and say, no, they make so much sense. You order investigations without his knowledge, using someone in the police department, which is overstepping your power, violating the rules.
Mr. Mayor, if I may, that is not true.
It
That is absolutely, it may be in there, but it's not true. And if you'd like, I can discipline the police chief for sending that allegations,
No,
but I
you should have investigated this.
considered it a closed matter.
It doesn't matter, you should have investigated this. You can't judge yourself.
Mayor, I knew it to myself to be not factual. I knew it as not being factual, and I can easily prove it to be unfactual. But we made the peace in the PD with you, so I let that go.
And then the next day I heard from the news you suspended him.
Mayor,
You didn't let me know.
there
At
are-
least, as a respect, I spent so much time with you both,
Mayor,
you
there
should have
are
informed me.
significant, potentially criminal allegations. Everything in those emails is not criminal. That's just civil disturbance.
Yeah, no, it's violation of the rules too. But anyways, I think you mentioned that it should be included in the
And I'm fine with that.
investigation. And
Perfectly.
because you are one side of this matter, there are allegations against you. So you will be also part of the investigation.
May I finish?
And no private company will take care of this investigation. It will be the government, it will be the FBI. That's what I want, and I think that's fair. If you are innocent, or Officer Dave innocent, then you're fine. You'll come victorious. We are not taking any action against you at this point. Same thing with the police chief. If he's innocent, that's fine. We're gonna celebrate all of us. If he's guilty, he's gonna be held accountable. I think that's the only fair way to move on with this. From now, we're not punishing anyone. I advise against punishing anybody, but I think the investigation has to be fair and transparent, and all parties should be involved, and we should not treat somebody as criminal based on allegations. It should be the opposite, innocent until proven otherwise. That's not what we are doing. We are causing defamation of character of this guy. There are some figures mentioned in the allegation, names of some ladies that can cause serious life risk to them and their families, based on allegations. It could be professional relationship. You never know. You don't just throw a name of a person and say, oh, he is having affairs with some respected, highly educated person that is mentioned in there, and causing risk for her and her family. And then you leak it to the news and to the public before you make sure is it true or not. These are serious stuff that will be addressed. Like I said, I'm volunteering to be part of this investigation because my name was mentioned in the allegation. So I will have to ask the FBI to ask me and hear what I have to say. And I think that's the only entity that will accept to get involved, or the state police. Private companies, no, there's conflict of interest. We can't do that because, the other side is saying you worked in 2015 with this guy. The nature of your relationship with them will be investigated afterwards. So we are not gonna accept private company to investigate this, especially after the previous experience with that unprofessional company that came and gave us 1 minute report, didn't even know how to state his name. So that's not gonna happen again. I think everybody is, I don't think a wise person should disagree with what I'm saying. Everybody should be investigated, and if proven innocent, that's it. That's
Mr. Mayor, may I finish?
Go ahead.
I didn't want to cut you off, but I wasn't done. So, there are two issues at hand here. There's criminal allegations that are alleged, which, as you stated, the federal agencies are involved in investigating. And then there's civil internal departmental allegations that come along with that. These are two separate, distinct things. The Federal Bureau of Investigations is not going to come in here and sort through this mess. They are simply going to look at what the federal crimes are here, and then maybe in a year from now, they'll come back and say, oh yes, we have this. That's how that works. They will not come in here and essentially sort out all the state charges and drama. The reason that I've secured an outside agency And that agency is actually AG Advisors Global, which is a very reputable company. It's a former FBI agent, retired FBI agent that runs this company, and all his employees are former law enforcement. They've done large tasks such as the Flint water crisis and other things where they investigated for the AG's office. They're respected, they have references. I have no personal ties to them whatsoever. I can't speak.
I mean, you can say that, but nobody's gonna believe it. It's not gonna, basically, it's not gonna be the company of your choice. We have to get involved. If it's a private company, we have to get involved and make a choice.
And Mayor, I offered for you to meet with them today.
No, I don't wanna meet with him. He came through you and you are part of the investigation. You are one side. They accuse you of being an opponent. And there's a proverb in Arabic that said, if you are the opponent, how could you be the judge?
Mayor,
You know, if you are the opponent, you can't be the judge. And you are making decisions, but you are part of this.
Mayor, very often when people are in the hot seat, they cast aspersions to get themselves out of it. And I'm not saying that the chief is guilty or going to be responsible for any of this. But I'm telling you that as his boss and the city manager, there is a right way to handle this and a wrong way to handle this. So I just literally explained to you those emails that you sent that were invalid on their face. But I opted not to punish the chief of police for those, and I found those untruthful. I did, and I can absolutely prove that. But I didn't. I chose not to.
In the meeting, he told you in front of the attorney, what if the fire chief comes and he has one of his firefighters with you all the time in your office? Wouldn't you get mad? You didn't deny that you meet with the guy regularly without the knowledge of the police chief.
Mayor,
police attorney was there.
I specifically said that I walk through City Hall all the time and check on the employees throughout and talk to them. I have known this city for over 20 years. I know everybody here. It's good management to walk through City Hall, take a tour through the police department, and be sociable with our employees. 100%.
What about that investigation?
What do you mean about the investigation?
Against the elected officials without his knowledge.
It was, Mayor, I will tell you unequivocally as a fact, and I have absolute witnesses to that the chief was aware of that.
He mentioned this in May 12th.
I know what he mentioned, and it's a blatant lie, and I can prove that.
Okay, who will decide that?
Mayor, sometimes bosses have to intervene with their subordinates, and subordinates lash out. That's just like if you fire an employee, they automatically sue you or sue the company or the city you work for. That's how it works.
Okay, instead of going back and forth with this argument, all we are asking for is that all these allegations from this guy needs to be included in the investigation.
100%, Mayor.
Everything you are doing is from one side.
Mayor.
Everything in the media is from one side. We are not hearing this person. Maybe if he's here, he would have a lot to say.
The chief will have an opportunity to say everything he wants.
Okay, we agree on that. That's it. The company, if we go with a private company, we will make a...
I have two more points. Any allegations against the officer will also be investigated fully. Anything the chief has to say, 100% will be investigated. Full transparency with this, Mayor. You are welcome to be part of every part of it, but there has to be two distinct things. There has to be a criminal thing, which the FBI isn't going to tell us anything about, and then there has to be an internal thing from an outside respected agency, which we've already secured. I invite you.
This is the only thing we disagree with. A third party should be our choice, all of us, not yours.
What if I came up with a list of 10?
And then we agree on
break down to everybody?
We'll do our
and we can
research.
do a vote?
We'll do our research with you and agree on one.
Mr. Chair,
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, you done? Everybody?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I speak? Yeah, okay. Good evening. We came here today to solve the problem, not make the
So
problem.
sorry, I apologize, Mr. Mayor, but can I announce that there is no quorum at this moment?
We can discuss, we cannot take the
I
decision.
know, so just to announce there is no quorum, so no motion.
So I can discuss,
Thank you.
but I cannot
Yes,
take any
absolutely.
decision.
Thank you.
So we came here to solve the problem. Relation between the city manager and elected official and the department head is very important to move forward the Hamtramck city. And yes, we do have some disagree. I still will be having 16 years council member here. And some of the residents I saw today came here reading all those stuff against the council members They think they are the one knows everything in the world, and who's sitting here, they are nobody. But they have to understand that somebody sitting here, some of them have more knowledge, more degree, more work experience. You can laugh all day long. I never saw you, Hamtramck. And I don't know what you have to read all day long what you're reading. Somebody give you written and reading, not us. We can speak everything clearly. Okay? So again, no division. So we'll go into the closed session. We'll from the closed session with the good decision. You're not gonna harm Hamtramck City, not gonna harm anybody, and we'll find out the way. Remember that, maybe you don't know even definition of the democracy, government of the people, by the people, for the people. Okay, so a lot of you don't know, just want to let you know. So, we are for the people. We will make the decision, make sure there is not lawsuit against the city, and I saw the 2-3 lawsuit, city lost. We lose. We have to pay, make the settlement. Okay? So we know what we're gonna do tonight. Make sure all the taxpayer money is not going the wrong way. And again, just want to let you know, everybody, we are gonna go closed session, we'll come back, and we will have a hopefully good decision to make everything fair. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Anybody wants to discuss?
I don't know if we could do a closed session exactly per se, now that we don't have a quorum. Although it wouldn't necessarily be an open meeting act violation to meet
If not corrupt.
because we don't have a quorum. So it's technically not a closed session, but we could still meet.
So that case, Mr. Mayor,
So you'd have to end the meeting, but we could meet.
I think we should, because there are, the suggested solutions needs to be discussed as well. I mean, yes, there would be no vote, but we have to,
Right, it's just technical. I mean, we'd have to end the meeting rather than break to a closed session type of thing, but we could get everybody to leave and stay and talk. That would.
so, Mr. Mayor, that case, yeah, we have to respect the legal. That case from us, on behalf of us, you, as a mayor and attorney, and the city manager, can have a go sit and close down. We will finish up the meeting, and you guys discuss and let us know as our representative. I don't know, it's a good idea or bad idea, think what you think.
do you want to start?
Yeah, good evening. Thanks for coming and joining us. It's very unfortunate for everybody. Friday at 4 o'clock, we start the meeting after 4, and so many people here around. People knows, our resident knows it is a serious issue. This is the reason you leave your some important stuff, important work to do, to join with us, to share your opinion. My question is there, I'm this council more than a decade. I know Max Gabrino long time, good friend of mine. I know police chief military last maybe year. But I'm very much agree with Mayor. I have to let everybody same opportunity and fair investigation to bring the truth. I'm not defending anybody else. I'm not against our good friend, city attorney, city manager, Max Gabino, or our police chief. I'm not supporting him or defending him. I'm here to bring the reality, bring the actual things, facts, the proper investigation. And a couple of things Mayor say about those things. I don't want to spend your time. I'm very much agree with Mayor. Thank you very much to listening to me.
Thank you. All right, so I guess we can discuss in a private meeting, even there is no quorum, just to put some ideas. I don't know where that turning.
We can't even vote to go into adjournment, we just really have to end the meeting after it ends. When there's no quorum, we just end the meeting. Because you can't even vote to adjourn at this point, you just end the meeting. So I'm putting it down that the meeting officially ended when we left at 6 p.m. So if you want to have everybody exit and we can go into discussion mode, not closed session, because we have to vote to go to closed session. So if you want to, look, obviously, let me know. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no problem. So, well, thank you, everyone. Thanks for your time. I hope you will hear some good stuff and we will maintain the stability.
Alrighty. Wow. 2.5 hours, almost 3 hours. My back, I stood that whole time. My back is toast. Talking about sunglasses. Yeah, I got my sunglasses.
Moving. Oh, it's.
No. Maybe, yeah. If it's that one guy's card. Elect somebody. I'm ready for that cigarette, though.
At the donut shop still? Nobody brought it.
Yeah, so it looks like it's kind of a community divided on taking sides for this Max character and the right here.
Should I do an email or? No, well, you can send whatever you want. Everyone you have here, they're gonna go.
Excuse me, I'm sorry, can I come through? Excuse me. Thank you so much.
Good luck, brother. Thank you. All right, guys. What happened?
Movies left and they lost the quorum. They lost the quorum. So they couldn't vote.
Big old camera right. Excuse me.
Take care of yourself.
Okay, good.
Look out for the mainstream media.
Okay, to be honest,
Yes.
What did you guys decide? The quorum broke.
Oh, excuse me. I just backed into the copper. It's crowded in here. Right there. Walk right into it. All right. So.
Yeah, it's the first picture by the board. I promise the MDOP charges will be far more expensive.
Really big person.
Okay, so a bunch of public comment. A couple hours of it, and then looked like the mayor and the other guy kind of divided over there. I don't know. Yeah. Come outside. It's probably cold out there. Let me get my shit on. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we'll get some people bitching out here or something. Oh, there we go. Oh, I almost lost MCC's walkie.
Well, you have fun.
I don't have my normal strap. Oh man, it's cold out here. Looking like it might rain or something out here. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to make of it. It appears that this Max character, I'm not sure if he's like the city manager, city attorney or something. I'm not sure who he is. But and the mayor are at odds on what they think's going on, I guess. with this chief. While I'll agree that the mayor was correct on, hey, you know, have the fucking FBI and all that fucking do it, but it ain't gonna hurt to also have maybe an independent thing do it as well, because we know how the fucking government is. There they are. Right there. Speak of the devil.
What
They
up,
wondered where you were. There's a reserve police that.
Yeah. Can I get one of them?
Yeah, it's investigation.
Yeah, so there's a whole bunch of allegations with no evidence yet.
Well, yeah. I mean, it sounded like there's some accusations being thrown around, and the city's divided on whether they're real or not. Some people say that it's true. Some people say it's not.
It's totally unfounded.
Right.
And then,
so yeah, I'm not sure. Max, was that bigger guy? Who is he? That's what I don't know. Is he like the city manager or something?
He's the city manager.
He's the city manager, right?
Yeah.
Right.
You know what?
Okay.
And I know him from somewhere. I've come across him.
I swear I've seen him before somewhere too. I
And
just can't place it.
the dude that was sitting next to the mayor, Musa, I think his name was. I've ran into him somewhere, or come across him, or.
Have fun, ladies.
Good. How you doing? I wonder where the feds are.
Well, it's okay. Him and the other guy, the press guy that we were talking to
I
earlier.
don't know, that guy had a badge on his chest.
Yeah, no, he's with the guy that was we were talking to over here.
Oh, okay.
They know each other, and they were having a conversation, and he looked to see if my camera was on.
Having fun yet? No, why not?
Yeah. I mean, what's your take on this whole thing? What's going on here? It sounds like some people are accusing the chiefs of some stuff, and some of the other people are saying that it's not true, and kind of.
Yeah, one guy was saying it was unfounded.
Right. So.
Sitting at the
Again, what do I know that's
Right.
true and what's not?
Exactly.
I can tell you that anytime there's an allegation against any officer in any department, they always get put on administrative leave.
Sure,
until
that seems to be normal.
Yeah, until
Right.
the investigation's over with.
Right, right.
That's usually how-
it should be.
Right. I agree.
I saw your Michigan Constitutional Crusader,
Oh, look at that.
Yes, sir.
I watch your stuff all the time. In fact, I followed the other guy. What's the guy's name?
Spanky Pants?
Spanky Pants.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard he got on probation out there out of Calhoun County.
Yeah, for recording in the courthouse.
Yeah, and he can't leave the county of Ingham unless he gets his probation officer's consent.
Yep.
And that's a
It's
very big,
ridiculous.
very profile case.
Yeah, they took away his YouTube channels too.
Oh yeah, I know that how that
You just
happened.
have the judge's permission.
Well, you can record in a courthouse without the judge's permission. It's a courtroom you have to
Right.
have
The courtroom, right.
Right.
And you can
Right.
get permission, right? You can get
But
That's a
permission.
legendary court rule.
But
It's
Calhoun
rare,
County
though, that
doesn't
they
give
do.
a shit about that. They
Right.
think they can control the whole courthouse.
Yeah.
And the sheriff's department is in there, so they can't legally stop you from recording because the sheriff's department isn't in there. It's not just a courtroom.
What was that guy to Utica? What was his name? That Morabito, remember that?
Morabito, yeah.
That guy's legendary.
The Willy Wonka Munchkin motherfucker.
Yeah. Willie Wonka, that was famous.
If I recall right, the way the law reads, you have to have permission for the judge at least 2 days prior to.
Yeah, you have to write them
And,
and
yeah,
request
yeah,
permission.
and
ahead
the
of
judge
time.
has to give you
Yep.
permission to record in the courtroom.
Yep.
But you were actually here with Max one time. You were filming him, remember that?
Yes, I was
And he
here.
passed the First Amendment audit.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember the
Yeah,
time
me and Spanky came here and recorded.
Yeah, and you actually went to the police department in the window there, and they tried putting paper over the window.
Yep, yep.
That was hilarious.
They still do it all the time.
We couldn't record inside there.
So what's your take on it all?
on this?
Yeah.
Well, it's factually developed here. It's got to be factually developed.
Right.
So we have to know what's going on. We don't know what's
Nobody
going on.
even really
no
knows.
facts have been presented
Exactly.
yet, right?
And
It's all
they did a smart thing by
allegations.
putting this, that's basically tabling everything for the future. Before they walked out of there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks
They're
like
discussing it as far as how they're going to proceed with an investigation.
right.
Yeah.
So,
Catch you later, man. It was nice talking to you.
and they never really said exactly what he was being accused of, right?
Well, they
Yeah, there was
listed
no,
some.
I mean, this happens all the time in Hamtramck. They say, this guy did this, blah, 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 blah. Because I used to represent the DPS director. Oh, you don't have to. You're a cousin who works for the city. It's illegal.
Right.
That's illegal. And they fire the guy. They goes to the judge out there and says, well, yeah, he doesn't work for the city, though. He's a contractor. He's not an employee.
Right.
So you fired this guy wrongfully. Oh, did we really? Yeah, now you're facing $1 million lawsuit. That's how it happens.
You should go watch the Flint City Council meeting that I recorded on
Yesterday.
day before yesterday.
Day before yesterday.
I posted it yesterday.
Yeah.
The first 2 hours of it, it's a fucking clown.
It was a clown show. Like this was
Yeah,
a
Flint
very
is like
well.
that.
This was
That whole county is a joke.
They made me leave the seat at the front where I was sitting with a perfect angle on everything and move to the back. They threatened me. They got in my face.
And their ordinance was for tripods, and he didn't have a tripod. He just got a monopod, and it's not freestanding. He has to hold it for it to work, you know. So
It's a monopod, right?
yeah, so they made him go to the back with all the people with the tripods and stuff. But yeah, it was a shit show compared to this. This one ran pretty smoothly compared to
Do
that.
you have your own channel?
Yes, I do.
What it's called?
It's called Welcome to This World Media.
Okay. There's one guy. Are you the same guy got arrested over here?
Not me. I have not
There was
been
a guy
arrested
got
yet.
arrested out here filming the vehicles in the police department.
Well, they got
I
that
know
restricted
that guy.
sign.
And I think they dropped the case against him. The city attorney Allen offered him a deal. Just drop the case. Don't sue us.
Did you see the video where the guy at the jewelry store shook his junk in the window at us? Here
No, I
in
didn't.
Hamtramck?
I didn't.
Damn, I haven't even seen that one.
Oh, the dude got all bent out of shape and he jumped up in the window and flipped his pecker out at us.
Jesus.
Physically took it out?
Yes.
Wow.
Physically took it out right on camera. I'm like, oh my
I
God.
remember you had met the Perno on illegally parking his car. Remember that? He's running to his car because the city of Lansing tried to take all their cars from a Republican meeting. There's the Democrats there that were the meter maids.
Okay.
That was hilarious.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about the Republican Party, so this has got to be set up by the Democrats here.
Oh yeah, when they were tagging all the
All the
news
taking
vehicles
all
and
those
everything.
vehicles there, and Matt the Pearl was running out to his car with his girlfriend. You know.
What do you think about the no clapping rule?
Here?
Yeah,
I
like
know they had one.
yeah, they said you
that's
can't
kinda
clap.
ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know about that. That doesn't sound very
Why can't
constitutional.
you support your fellow citizen
Right.
in a public meeting?
Right. You know, if,
Yeah, I could never. The case you had out there. I remember you were being interviewed by a Macomb County Sheriff's deputy, a detective out there for Morabito.
Yeah.
And they never brought charges
Nope,
against
they
him.
refused to charge him.
Even though there was a recommendation, the sheriff's office to charge him. They didn't do anything to him.
And I couldn't find a damn lawyer to sue them. My shoulder's still fucked up from when they ripped my trunk lid out of my hand.
I remember that. I remember that.
I had to have arthroscopic or surgery on it because that torn rotator cuff and a tendon was
And
ripped
you know
right
that
off.
after this, that guy actually contacted me. The Spanky Pants is actually a LinkedIn connection to me. He actually gave me like an invitation, so I said, okay, great.
Right.
But yeah, so how long ago was that? That was at 23, right?
It's 3 years ago.
You have 3 years to sue on a person's injury.
February, 3 years ago. As of
Is it that
February.
long ago?
Yep.
So it's over 3 years.
Yeah.
Oh, too bad. Should
Yeah,
say
yeah.
because we sued anybody's other cases.
well, hey, we might need to.
It's 3 years. I don't have with it. I got 3 people coming up to me for information, wanting. The guy you saw walk right there, he's a retired federal agent. His father worked here, and after he retired from the ICE, he works here.
Okay.
Can you just say your information and maybe
Or-
we can contact
Yeah,
you?
734-459-4040. I had one case against Hamtramck. This is what they did. Some fellow in the Republican Party was being harassed by somebody who's a cop out here, and he went to all these attorneys. Nobody would take his case because he kept being sued for personal protection violations. They said these are
Okay.
false, and they were dismissed. He came to me and I said, "Too bad it's over 2 years."
Right.
I said, "I would have sued this bastard."
Right.
The guy that was he's now in prison. He got a 3-year prison sentence for assaulting, I believe, some minority over here in Hamtramck.
Okay.
Come over and pistol whipped
Like a
him.
hate
Yeah,
crime
it
or
was.
something.
So they charged him with felonious assault federally, and he got a 3-year prison term.
Want
Okay.
to go after Grand Rapids for me?
What do you have against them, though?
Oh, they falsely accused me of aggravated assault when this woman pulled a knife on me and I pepper sprayed her for it. Okay. And they charged me with aggravated assault and they didn't charge her with anything.
Yeah, I don't remember anything that happened like that. I remember you being on Grab
she
before.
lied and said I called
Was
her
that during
a
the winter
nigger
time?
like 3 times. And
yeah, I remember you being on the winter time out there because I used to watch your channel quite a bit. I was actually a bigger fan of spending things. He got like a lot more subscribers, got over 100,000.
Well, he got a lot of attacked a lot. Right, right.
Yeah, he gets a lot of good stuff.
Right, right.
There's also the good guy out of what the hell is his name? Like, same thing was happening to me. I was out collecting petition signatures as I did today. I was out in Warren.
Okay.
In front of Warren City Hall. And it's like everyone comes to me, well, you can't do this out here. You have to walk out there. I said, I'm in a public area.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Well, we don't care. If you don't, I'm going to call the librarian. If you shoot me, I'm calling the police and blah, blah, blah. And so, came up to me, so I just, the same thing. And it was the very same spot where there's I forget his name, but there's the black guy goes out there. I forget his name.
What, like Tyrant
America?
Yeah, him. He's the one who went out there with his girlfriend at the very same spot where he's walking around here and says, what is this? What did I do? Blah, blah. Well, you got to get out of here. Where else to go? Well, see, there's Van Dyke over there.
Me and Spanky went into Warren City Hall.
I saw that.
The floors.
And the cops
they were shouting us down.
Yeah, I remember that.
They were chasing us around.
Well, he went back there. They arrested him one time. They charged him, and everything got dismissed. It was 2 years in court during COVID.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're saying the one you had with actually is over 3 years old, or the one with Morbido?
Yeah.
I can't believe it's been that long.
As of February 2nd of this year, it was 3 years old.
Yeah, it's too bad. Somebody should have sued on that.
Yeah.
I
He
tried
didn't sue,
finding
did he?
lawyers.
Well,
He didn't sue, did he? Because the one guy who did, the guy on Covering America, didn't sue Ward, but he sued the Roseville for throwing him out of the district court.
okay.
I mean, he's picked up and threw him right in the jail, and it's like he fought it. Case gets dismissed. He got a big lawsuit, federal suit, and he settled it.
Nice. Yep. So, hey, if we ever need any lawyerism, we know where to go.
Yeah, because I had a case. Just recently, I was in front of Taco Bell, and some cop comes out and says, "Well, your tail light's burned out." Can I? And it says, "Are you got any weapons on you?" So I'm gonna answer that. Well, I'm gonna have to pat you down. I pulled up. I'm an attorney. It's like, well, they stopped and I go, yeah, I didn't do anything wrong here, did I? Well, no, sir. That's like, oh, that's all right. Well, I say I'm good friends with your township, your Plymouth Township. I'm good friends with Kathy Hyson and her husband, who's the city supervisor. And I said, okay. Well, he says, okay, well, no problem. He shook my hand. Have a nice lunch. And it's like, oh, investigator, civil rights, touring journalist, state of Michigan.
Yeah.
1776. Yeah, actually, you can actually get one of those. I remember.
And then there's my actual press pass.
Oh, you're formally?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Oh, kitty cat.
United States Press Agency.
Owasso. You know Owasso? Is that that's the hometown of a presidential candidate, Dewey.
Oh, nice.
Yep. Dewey was out of Owasso.
Yep.
Huh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
What county is that in?
Shiawassee.
That's right. In fact, I got a big case, the murder case up there coming up.
That's where I got the chief fired, was in Corona, right next door to
Yeah,
Owasso.
the guy with the Greek name. That's a
Chief
suicide.
Chiros,
yeah, it was a suicide, attempted suicide. The guy was threatening to kill himself.
Oh, man.
And the cops, the state police, actually got A+ by the audit. There was
Okay.
They did great.
All right.
Yeah,
They politely asked me, could you please move
Yeah,
back?
we don't want to be here this close
And
ourselves.
I turned around and looked, I'm like, is that cool with you guys?
Oh, yeah, the one with you in the field?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I moved back to that, and then the fucking chief comes up.
yeah.
most of these-
Okay, so that's the chief you got fired.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most of these guys, though, that do this audit work are gone now. I mean, I don't know if Uncovering America is still around. No. I don't see.
There's new guards coming in, new folks coming in.
A lot of the really old ones are just sitting there rehashing other people's videos.
Right,
not
right.
Going out and getting
Metro Detroit Audit's gone, I think.
Well,
he's busy working all the time.
public tour he goes by now.
Yep.
Oh, is he Rex? I'd see him.
But we haven't seen him in 6 months, so.
Yeah, he actually
Every
nailed
time
it.
I
State
call him, he
troopers on
says
that.
he's
He caught some
busy.
state
Yeah.
troopers writing a phony ticket for him at 10 miles per hour over.
Right.
And I don't know what happened out of that, but he nailed those guys.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
conspiring. They're in the vehicle saying, yeah, what are we going to do? I actually clocked him at 78, but we'll put it at 88.
You're right.
You know, I know this guy. I went to school with this guy, and blah, blah, blah. He's the guy going around harassing state
Corrupt
police.
as hell, and he uncovered it.
Yeah. So you got your own channel?
Yes, sir.
What is it?
Welcome to This World Media. welcome to this world.
Look at some of my latest ones.
Right.
You'll
We've been
see
working
this
together
guy.
quite a bit.
Well, Spanky Pants works for you now. He's on your videos, isn't he?
Not anymore. That's me now.
Oh, you're Spanky
I'm
Pants.
well, I'm not Spanky Pants,
He's the
but
one that sounds like Spanky
yeah,
Pants on my video.
I've been working with him for about 6 months or so, something like that. You know, 5-6 months we've been
There
out.
was a guy down from the Morabito. I forget what happened. What's him? What was the guy's name? There's a young guy that was with you guys.
Public tour, I think.
Is that what it is?
Morabito? No, that was Eyes on Corruption.
Okay, right.
Okay.
No,
that was before me.
That was who the hell was that? Why can't I think of his name?
Not
weird name.
yeah, it's like
his channel's not very popular. It's got a lot many views, but
it's on the tip of my tongue. System.
Yeah.
Broken system, broken trust.
That's it.
Yep.
That's it. It's a weird name. That's how I remember it.
Yeah,
I couldn't remember it for some reason.
Yeah, I was drawing a blank, but yeah, he's still semi-active, but not too much. You know, we're putting in work. Like, we're going out there weekly, and I'm trying to put out a video every other day. You know.
And me and Spanky got arrested out in Mount Carmel, Illinois.
Oh yeah,
Did you see that
yeah, I
one?
see you guys in Ohio sometimes.
I haven't, but
yeah, Ohio. But is Spank Pants still doing any auditing now?
No.
Not right now, no.
Because he's actually stuck in Ingham County.
And you don't have a channel to put it
And I
on.
said, is that legal? You can't leave the county with the permission of his probation officer. I saw that.
That's a little much.
I followed that case. It was like a landmark case on 8115.
Yeah.
The judge didn't know what the hell he's doing. First he throws it out, then he reinstates it.
Yeah.
I think he reinstated. He realized there's going to be a big lawsuit. He says, I better do something about this.
Yeah.
But I mean, there were some good First Amendment audits out there. But the Morabito case was actually the most famous one. So he got in trouble over that. He had a history of doing that shit and get away with it.
Oh, did you see the body cam part where he was talking about he's going to kill somebody?
Well, I remember that. I remember the body cam came out later. They actually published that what he got in trouble for too. He wasn't wearing a uniform. He was on patrol.
Yep.
That was a violation of his duty.
Right.
And one thing he was claiming it was his vehicle.
Yeah.
This is my vehicle. Well, that's a state law that you can have blue.
Yep.
So I know a guy got
Right.
that. There was a guy who was a bailiff.
You can't have
He put blue
lights.
Lights on his car.
Yeah, you can't do it.
Fired him.
Oh, yeah.
You can't. It's a violation of state law.
Yep.
So,
Yes, sir.
I mean, that was an interesting one out there. And there's some other ones. Morabito, that was interesting because the guy had a history of doing shit all the time.
Oh, him and the other sergeant.
Yeah.
Oberon or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah, he wasn't actually. He had other law. He got the cases were dismissed because those cities defend those things. Also spent $100,000 to get those things dismissed. But he had a history of being a very questionable cop out in Utica.
Yep.
And yeah, it was funny because I checked this guy out. I saw this thing. Oh, this guy has a problem. So I checked him out as far as history. He got divorced like a year before that. Or 9 months before he got a divorce. He was going through a divorce.
Yeah, I guess now he's working at the fire department out in New Baltimore.
A little bit.
He always did. He wasn't always with the fire department.
I'm ready for a beer.
That was like a second job.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was out there, and it was that I can remember that one because I remember the next city council meeting I was going to go to see if anybody was because that thing like made news all over the place. And yeah.
All right, I'm gonna end this.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Catch y'all on the next one.
All right, guys. So yeah, here we were down here at Hamtramck, a true melting pot of ethnicities. Okay, and as you can tell, they have a predominantly minority population, and you know, I said, fuck it, let's come down here and see what it's about. But we still didn't get that much answers. But we seen that they're going to be doing an investigation. They need to get Butt Crack News Network out here for the true investigation.
The one I gave you, does it have everything on outside to the city mail?
Yeah, told the city manager, yeah. Okay. Double check.
Channel 4. Expect more. Alrighty, I guess I'll end it. 3 hours, 13 minutes. It was a long one. We had a bunch of people in there, but man, that public comment, man, it ran pretty freaking long.
Want to go to the deep?
I'll have to ask her. Hold on. All right, guys. Much love. See you in the next one. WTTW out.